Hello and welcome to BB on Blast with Lindsay and Gaz, live from Gaz's house. Gaz, why are we at your house this week?
Because Towie keeps stealing our airtime and we're mad about it.
That's why. It's really hot in your house and possibly there's someone drilling outside.
Sweatcast. Yeah, there is, might be. A bit of outside noise.
Oh, well, it all adds to the atmosphere. So we're going from the episode where Kaylee got ejected for threats of violence.
Actual violence.
Yeah. So we'll come to that, what she actually did, and if she should have been thrown out or if she should have stayed. Oh, God. So we've already had the eviction where Imran and Sitvinder went, and you thought, oh, well, at least we've seen the back of Gemma Collins and all that now.
Yeah.
Get the fucking highlight show the next day. They're still bloody in it. They wasted so much time. I just thought, I'm not writing down anything about this because it's too boring.
Well, I literally didn't write
No,
anything down about this entire day, so it's all on you. You remind me.
Let's see. Raf said he wanted Kaylee to go. Well,
got that
happy
wish.
birthday, Raf. Marnie said, I think Imran will go. I don't think Marnie should be saying who she thinks will go because she's got outside information. Don't you think?
Who was she saying it to, though?
Who knows?
Probably everyone.
And she said, I think Rebecca...
She also shouldn't be saying I saw your mum on bots, but that's another matter.
She also said, I think Rebecca is holding you back to Kieran. You know what that means?
What does it mean?
Just that Marnie wanted to get her hands on him, innit?
Yeah, she kissed him, right?
Yeah.
Before this. Not before this day, isn't it?
Yeah, it must have been. So memorable. And then Tom was talking about nominations again, saying he was...
Tom can't stop talking about nominations.
I know. Saying he was going to vote for Deborah. Imran threw a water balloon at Nicola
McLean. Oh, yeah, in that task, wasn't it?
And then...
She went mad. She wasn't happy about that, was she?
No, but then Lotan threw one at Kaylee.
Above her head, he popped it.
Yeah.
She went ape shit.
She threw one at him very aggressively.
That's because, you know why?
What?
She's got that afro she was talking about on an entrance that would go off at any minute.
I've put Raf looks nervous. And then Lotan said to Kaylee, I understand you're mad. And I said, that could have a double meaning. Then we got to the eviction again. So Imran went and Sitvinder went. Lotan said, I'm glad they went together. I bet he is. Less people in there for him to beat, isn't it? Although that shouldn't be a problem.
Gemma Collins had a bit of an extreme reaction to that, didn't she?
What did she say?
Like, her jaw was on the floor when Sitvinder was going as well.
I don't know why.
Raf was being really dramatic about it too. His hands on his face. He was like, "Oh, I can't believe it."
He did look really, really upset though. But I'm not surprised because that's half of his crew, isn't it?
Yeah, but I thought he was making the scene a little bit.
Don't start on Raf. I thought he was having a go at Raf this week.
Hang on, who is it that says that I fancy Raf?
Oh,
Kwame.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, he was like, "Oh, you really fancy him?" I'm like, "I don't think I do." Although I did say to you, I think I might fancy him the other day, but I don't.
We have both said it at certain points.
But Kwame said I had a crush on Raf, and I don't.
He said to us, this listener, who I was going to mention later, but we might as well do it now.
This listener.
He said,
that girl.
These listeners, these bloody listeners. He said, we need to take our tongues out of Raf's arse.
Yeah.
No, he didn't say that, did he? He said we need to stop sucking Raf's dick. Something like
we need to
sexual.
Stop sucking Raf's dick so hard. And I said, yeah, but we don't give up halfway like Chanel.
Takes too long. But hold on, let's think about that though. Let's take that advice on board. Do we need to stop liking Raf?
Well, Kwame told us to.
No, but are we being
biased?
Are we being Are we being really pro Raf when actually he's not that interesting? Or lots of people have gone off Raf, I've noticed.
Have they?
Yeah, I've seen a few people say, "Oh, he's stirring the pot."
Oh, that's because that psychologist told them that he was.
Which one? Judy James?
Well, maybe not Judy James. Maybe that one with an accent.
Right.
Said there's more to him than meets the eye or something.
Whatever.
I don't care. I like Raf, and people can't tell me what to think.
I say I respect your point, but who is there to like if we don't like Raf? There's no one likeable in there. So what can we do? We've got to like Raf. It's like the sisters. I don't like the sisters particularly. I think they're quite boring.
But you end up by default.
Because they hate the people we hate, you like them for that reason.
Yeah.
So we've got to find someone to like, otherwise let's just give up on life. So then, yes, Sitvinder went. So then the housemates got immunity. So Lowton, Kieran and Raf got immunity off the VIPs.
Yeah, I was upset that we didn't see enough of Raf and Nicola McLean's
burgeoning
growing
friendship. Yeah, that's true. But at least we didn't have to vote to save Raf this week. Did you vote this week?
Yeah.
For Chanel and Hannah?
Yep. Yeah. Just once each.
I only voted for Hannah because I knew Chanel would stay anyway.
But people have been bitten by that in the past. Like, you think that they're guaranteed and they're not.
True. So then, the sisters were talking about Imran and Sukhvinder going together, and they said if we got put up individually, we wouldn't go together. I thought that was good. Game talk. I think that's good, isn't it? I don't want all the pairs to live together.
No, and for some reason, a lot of people seem thirsty for Deborah and Hannah to get split up, don't they? Have you noticed that?
What do you mean? To fight, or...?
No, to be one of them to be evicted. Like, lots of people are saying, I want to see those sisters split up.
Oh, really?
Like on the box panel all the time, and I've seen people saying it on Twitter. I don't really know.
I think I said this myself, and now I'm agreeing with myself. If the sisters do get put up together, they're in danger, because who are you going to vote to save? I know they've got different personalities, but on the whole, for the average viewer who can't be bothered to work out who's who, not like us, of course, I can tell from the hairstyles.
Sometimes I'm making a note and then I'm like, oh shit, cross out the name.
Because they change their hair.
I always think it's going to be Hannah because she's the most
stylish one.
No, she's just mostly in the edit, and then you're like, oh shit, that was actually Deborah.
Yeah, I think, but they do Deborah started having Hannah's wig on obviously recently. No, but she has. It's confusing because I know she's had the little straight wig on. Yeah,
weave has to be attached, doesn't it?
No, yeah, but there's wigs, because didn't you see it sat on the back of the sofa one time? We all sat around and you could see the wig just was sat there like a cat.
No.
It was, yeah. And so I noticed that, I thought, and then someone on Twitter said, look at the wig just sitting there.
And we did see that Hannah had like an afro, didn't she? That was her real hair, wasn't it?
Yeah, that's her real hair, yeah. See, it's confusing.
I like it when she has it like that.
So it's confusing because you get used to the one's hairstyle, then it's another. But what I'm saying is, forget about that. If they're both up together, I think don't you think they're going to struggle from that split vote?
Because no one will have a stronger preference towards either one.
Exactly. Unless one has come out like guns blazing that week, I think the other one will struggle.
Yeah, but I feel like they've got a lot of support though.
Yeah, true.
You see a lot of it on Twitter, but whether or not that's enough to save them, I'm not sure.
Depends.
But I just think, imagine who. I think it's a jumping ahead, but I think this week Lowton will probably be nominated, and then Joe as well. And it probably will be one of the sisters as well. If
Lowton's up, Lowton will go. People fucking hate him. Mind you, it's not vote to evict, is it?
No, but who's going to be motivated to actually save him after this week? What?
Just pausing to drink this delicious Prosecco. It's actually really, really nice. It tastes like piss, like the one we have around my house.
Yeah, that soapy water carver. God.
Still, at least I don't come around and set fire to your fixtures.
Oh yeah, there is that.
I opened that microwave again like yesterday. I was like, fucking hell.
Stinks still.
No, you owe me a new microwave.
Oh,
you know that? Just find one like down the tip or something.
Outside someone's house, left on the pathway.
If you want to donate to Lindsay's new microwave fund, just dial.
Check out our wish list.
Yeah, so I thought that was good that the sisters were thinking about that and strategizing about how they wouldn't go together. And Deborah said to Hannah, I need you to represent if I go. I like that.
Is that good gameplay though?
Yeah.
Should you make the audience think that if you lose one, you lose the other?
Oh, what, to make them vote more?
Yeah.
Well, that's quite deep next level gameplay.
Yeah, they ain't got that in them.
No, they're not at that level, not like that. So then Ellie said she was worried about nominating next time because she likes everyone. Okay, I shouldn't worry too much.
No, she doesn't.
I know.
She don't like the sisters.
Well, this was earlier on in the week, I guess.
Oh. Who's that yelling?
It's all the hordes of fans outside.
Not the podcast fans.
No, Kaylee's fans. Because she was bragging about her pre-existing fan base. We're going to save her.
Oh, yeah.
What fan base?
Because she's done X on the beach.
But you shouldn't have a fan base if you're on normal Big Brother, should you?
No.
Well, hello? Yeah, as it turns out, that didn't really matter in the end.
that voiceover at the end said, at least she's got a fan base. That Channel 5 voiceover.
That was funny, wasn't it? I like that. I like it when they're...
Twisting the knife.
I like it when they're snarky like that. So Hannah said she was upset about Imran and Sukhvinder going, even though Imran was a corrupt deputy. I like that. And then Raph was slagging off Kaylee to Deborah. He said, they're fake. They're talking about you behind your back. The clique is here for longer. So what about Raph stirring? He has been stirring quite a lot this week, hasn't he?
Comes running in.
Yeah, he comes in and he's like, oh, I don't really want to tell you this.
Tell you.
Yeah.
Is this the time when Hannah like squeezed it out of him?
I think so.
Because he kind of didn't want to say it, and he was like worried about what might happen, but she squeezed it out of him.
This was the one that on bots they were going Raph was being fake or something when they discussed this bit, because Deborah started crying and then Raph started crying as well.
Oh, they were saying that he was mirroring, and
I don't
mimicking.
believe that. I think he just was upset like she was. No?
I wasn't quite sure, to be quite honest.
Can you cry just because someone else does? I
No,
can't.
but a master of psychological deceit like Raph could.
Yeah. Okay.
No, I don't know if it was conscious, but it didn't feel like it was necessarily raw emotion from Raph to me.
True.
It was like with that hand flap to the face.
And then Deborah said, "I didn't leave my daughter for this. Were you
She got a
aware that
daughter.
Deborah had a daughter?"
What are you going to tell your daughter?
Exactly. I didn't even know she had a daughter.
Didn't hang on. This is in my notes at some point later in the week, but I'm sure that someone said about Rebecca that she was going to go and find her third husband.
Oh yeah, they did. Yeah.
She's been married twice. Surely not.
Yeah, I did hear someone say that.
Right?
Yeah, you're right. No idea.
Yeah.
Fuck Rebecca. Deborah said, "I'm not going to come here and beg friends. My background is as a minority." Minority Report. Raph was there too, so it's like minority gang, isn't it? Exes. Oh, they are.
Minority club.
They're all the minorities, aren't they? And then Raph said, "Thank God for you, Chanel, and fucking Hannah."
Oh yeah, fucking hell, I remember that.
Then Chanel sang "Happy Birthday" to
Oh
Raph.
no, wait, hang on. Raph's like, it's not my birthday yet.
Yeah.
No, but Chanel wants to make a scene now.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
shut up, Raph.
Did you enjoy Chanel singing?
Can you recreate that style of singing?
Can you?
I can't remember. It was quite like.
It's like "Happy Birthday."
It's quite cruise ship or something. To you, happy birthday.
Yeah. And then someone said, "Can I leave?" If you're singing? Didn't they?
Who said that?
I don't know, but I remember it.
That was like so painfully like trying to make a scene, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Reminded me of like, I don't know, some old pop stars audition or something.
Yeah.
Darius.
It was like that, actually. And then Chanel told Ellie to make more of an effort with others, i.e. get out of Lotan's butt. And this is when Lotan starts going, "Who's she shadowing? Who's she shadowing?" Like he doesn't know what she's talking about. Shadowing.
Like she's a new person at work.
Yeah. Buddy system.
Yeah, Ellie got really quite shook by this, didn't she?
And then Chanel said, "Don't start with me." Love it. And then, this is the Kaylee's undoing. This is where Chanel threw the... So
they're sat in the kitchen.
Yeah, go on. How did this...
What are they talking about?
They were talking about
remember.
this, about Ellie being
Ellie
in
situation.
Lotan's shadow, but then it seemed like it turned into Ellie was in Kaylee's shadow. So I was confused.
Right.
Anyway,
So Chanel decided...
Why did she tip that drink?
Yeah, she'd knock that glass off the side because she was getting irate at Kaylee for something.
Irate.
But I'm not sure what that was, and I haven't got any notes on this one.
Well, I put...
Got any quotes from it?
Yeah, "Don't start with me," Chanel said. And then
Don't start with me.
And then I've got trashy people off other shows having trashy fights. And then Kaylee said, "Get her the fuck out of here, bruv, before I smash her face in."
Bruv, like big bruv.
Yeah, bruv, fam, innit? And then Chanel pushed the chair back, and the chair went flying. Do you remember that?
What, as she stood up?
Yeah. And then all the boys kind of were sat outside and they heard what was happening and they kind
They
of...
come running
yeah,
in
they
like
all
little
went
meerkats.
scurrying in. And Kaylee was going through her stock phrases, mainly cunt. And then Kaylee was...
Stupid little cunt.
And then Kaylee was saying Chanel threw a drink at her. She didn't really
She
throw
did
a
not.
drink at her, did she?
She no more threw a drink at Kaylee than she did spit at Kieran.
True, although I didn't see that. And then Raph said to Chanel, "You know she's a mean girl." Can you remember anything more about this fight? Because I've not written very good notes on it. Next thing I've got is Kaylee in the diary room.
Yeah, I remember more about her in the diary room ranting than I do about what happened in the kitchen.
So she was like smashing up the diary room, like banging on the wall, wasn't she?
Yeah, like Nikki in the bathroom.
And Rebecca was in there. It's a bit like when Bear was going Gary in the diary room, wasn't it, as well?
Well, she was going mad.
Yeah.
And then they had to call Rebecca in because... Was that because she didn't want to sleep by herself?
I'm not sure. No, I don't know why Rebecca was there. And then Kaylee said Chanel's not emotionally stable. And then Kaylee... yeah, I know. And then Kaylee said, I will go to prison. I'm going to hurt her 10 times harder than she'll hurt me. I will pick up a sharp object.
And
She's 6
punch her with it.
She's 6 times the size of me, the fat cunt. I will grab a sharp object and smack her with it. Not the best thing to say, is it?
Not great.
What about... Is Chanel 6 times the size of Kaylee? She's not really, is she?
No.
She's the fat cunt.
I think she means Gemma Collins she's talking about.
The gas!
What about when she said she would smash her around the head with a chair?
Yeah, I didn't have that, no.
I think that was probably the worst. Well, apart from being smacked with a sharp object. Smacked with a sharp object. You get stabbed with a sharp object, don't you? You don't get smacked with one.
What sort of sharp object are we talking about here?
Maybe like one of those cake stands. The edge of it could be quite sharp off a kitchen counter.
Ice pick.
Ice pick. Machete.
And then basically they put Kaylee in the David Guest suite. You know what happens there?
Oh shit! 6 months later, job's a good
Not
one.
even that. 3 months later, dead.
She said she didn't want to sleep in there by herself, and then Big Brother said to Rebecca, like, if you don't mind sleeping with this maniac.
Did they? No, they didn't.
Like, if it's okay with Rebecca, she can join you in there. Like, a woman who's going off on one, threatening to, like, smash people around the head with sharp objects and chairs. Like, I wouldn't want to sleep in there with her, would you?
No. But then when Rebecca went back in to get her stuff or whatever, Chanel was kind of having a go at Rebecca, going, why are you taking her side? Why are you going to sleep in there with her?
Yeah. Why was she?
Well, I suppose someone had to, I guess.
Are Rebecca and Chanel friends, though? Not really, are they?
I don't know. It was kind of like they talked to each other, but they weren't friends kind of thing. I put that Hannah is rowing with Tom now, but I don't remember that.
It's just another bullshit row.
Yeah. Okay. And then,
Hannah versus Tom is kind of rumbling on in the background quietly, isn't it?
Yeah. And then I noticed for the first time that Raph and Chanel share that bed together, and they're like, we're the only ones who've never moved beds. We've stayed in this bed together the whole time.
You've only just noticed that they share a bed?
Yeah, I only noticed that.
Because on the first night, they formed their kitchen alliance, remember? Yeah. And they've been in the bed together ever since then.
Yeah, I remember that. But when that happened, I thought, that's not going to last. How wrong I was.
Yeah, but I mean, here's something for the people that think that we kiss Raph's ass too much. I think that Raph sees a big character in Chanel that he wants to be aligned with.
Oh, he's hitched his wagon to her.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, that's true. But then Chanel could easily have been like an absolute nightmare. I mean, she can be at times. No, but at heart, she's a decent person.
I think so, yeah.
She's got a kind heart. But she could have been just like Kaylee. Raph could have had that conversation with Kaylee, theoretically. No?
Well, you think that he's probably got a good enough read on people.
He must have sussed her out, beforehand. So then Chanel was given a final warning.
Oh shit, yeah, for
knocking a drink off the table. They said it was violent behaviour. Oh, sorry, that's not knocking a drink off a table is not violent behaviour. It's aggressive behaviour.
It is aggressive,
it's not violent though.
No,
violent is making physical contact with someone.
Yeah, that's true.
But anyway, and then Chanel said, has she been told off for saying she'll smash my face in? Which is
about to get the
fair
boot.
comment, yeah. So then Kaylee comes in the diary room. She's got her hoodie on, I noticed. Never wear a hoodie in the diary room. Never, ever, ever.
Daly was wearing Hazel's hoodie, wasn't he?
Yeah,
a little pink one.
Salmon one.
Salmon.
Aggressive. So then Big Brother's like, last night you said blah, 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 blah.
And
blah, blah, blah,
for
blah.
once, it didn't go to a flashback.
Yeah.
So we got to hear Big Brother saying it. And I much prefer it when we get to hear Big Brother say what someone said. You said, you fucking little cunt.
I wanted to smash a chair across her face. I've written that there. And then they were like, is there anything you want to say, Kaylee?
She said no.
Goodbye. And that was it. And then straight after that episode, there was an advert for X on the Beach. Just saying.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
yeah.
Fucking hell.
And then I've written, God help us for the new housemates, which was quite apt. Although, those new housemates, we'll come to it. But
not as bad as they may have seemed,
it's true. You shouldn't judge a book by its cover.
By its orange glow.
But at the same time, there should be more diversity. So
definitely.
Right, so let's do the next episode. So for Sunday's episode, it began with, and you knew it was going to be a good show because it began with Kieran going up to everyone and going,
"Oh, have you heard? Have you heard?"
What is that about? Bird is the word.
Yeah, you know that song, don't you?
No.
Really?
No. What is it?
Bird, bird, bird. Bird is the word. Bird, bird, bird. Bird is the word. I found it so fucking annoying and such a desperate attempt for airtime.
Well, he got the airtime.
And now we're talking about it.
Yeah, there you go. It worked. I think they can hear that outside. We had to open the window because it's really hot. So if you can hear noise, it's rain and...
Birds.
Yeah.
And mopeds. Birds.
So the housemates didn't know that Kaylee was gone yet.
Yeah.
They thought she was just still in David Guest's old quarters.
Yeah. They do that, don't they? They put them in there overnight, like Emma.
To cool
off
off
and then kick
sometimes.
them out the next morning.
Yeah, sometimes they do let them back in after that, but sometimes not.
I think it's because they haven't got anywhere for them to go yet.
It's because they're still deciding what to do half the time, don't you think?
Probably.
So then Chanel said, how can you get mad about someone perceiving you in a certain way when that's how you act? Fair point, right?
True.
And then Chanel said no one was going to take her side because Ellie and Rebecca both like Kaylee. Why would anyone like Kaylee? It's true, those other girls don't like Chanel, do they? Because Chanel's in with I was going to say the twins, with the sisters and Raph. Don't you think it's funny that the sisters are friends with Chanel in a way? Because they're quite different characters, aren't they? And when Chanel says stuff about sex and that, they look disgusted, but they all hang out together all the time and go amen and stuff.
Yeah, can I get an amen?
Yeah, just to annoy the other.
Whose thing is that? Is that Chanel's thing? Of course it is.
I think it's just like a friendship of convenience in a way, isn't it? Because they hate the others. Do you think?
Who is Chanel's friends then?
It's Raph and the sisters.
She's not really friends with Ellie.
No.
I think... What about Charlotte? No.
Charlotte, well, let's talk about that. You never see her, but she's defected, hasn't she?
From
Raph's group to Lowton's group.
Oh yeah.
Don't you think?
Probably. She's out there on that bench, now, isn't she?
She's defected. She's in Joe's gang now.
Joe's gang.
Yeah, Joe's chain gang. So Tom and Ellie were baking a cake for Raph and singing an annoying song.
Oh yeah, I've got the lyrics here, but I can't remember the tune.
Go on.
We're baking a cake. We don't know how long it'll take. Something about... What is it? Something about... It says it on the flour that it's going to take an hour or something.
Oh, that's good. No idea. I didn't write
It
that
wasn't
down.
fucking I'm cooking an egg for the very first time, was it?
No, I did write that though. And then Chanel said Kaylee came up against a queen, i.e. herself. But she said, I'm sure she'll be fine with her big fan base.
Yeah, I've written Queen what? I didn't know what was going on there.
Then they said Rebecca has got a maid in the outside world.
A maid?
A maid.
Cleaner.
And then Chanel said, I'd rather not have a maid and not be a marred-ass, whiny princess.
Rebecca has a maid?
Yeah, Rebecca.
I can imagine like Charlotte and Mandy having a maid.
Yeah.
Do they mean like she's got cleaner off
Like
handy
a housekeeper,
and comes in like once a week?
Housekeeper or something. Yeah, she's got servants.
When you say maid, it suggests they live with you.
Mm.
She ain't got that, surely.
Why are you asking me like I said it? I'm just reporting what they said.
I've not even noted. I completely missed it.
Don't shoot the messenger. So then they told everyone that Kaylee had left. No one looked in the slightest bit bothered, I don't think.
I did say that I've got noted here that Lowton, Rebecca and Charlotte said they felt sorry for Kaylee.
Okay. Yeah, but they didn't know what... Because they didn't know... Oh, actually, Rebecca did know. But the others...
Rebecca was in there, like,
yeah,
listening to it.
but the others didn't know what Kaylee said in the diary room.
Actually, Rebecca was going, let it out.
Yeah.
Let it out. Like,
But
fuck yourself over a little bit more.
Rebecca's stupid because she didn't realise. But the others thought that Kaylee just got ejected for saying she was going to smash Chanel's face in, which would be ridiculous.
It's funny that Rebecca thought it was okay to say those things in the diary room.
I know. Yeah, I know. This is a safe space. And then
Chanel went, she's definitely going to unfollow me on Twitter now.
Yeah, that was funny. Who said, when you're angry, you say things you don't mean? That's fine, but don't make threats of violence against people.
Not multiple threats of violence as well. It becomes like...
Plus she said, like, if you let me back in there. It's like, okay, we won't let you back in there. No problem. And then I've got...
Confiscate the chairs first.
Then I've got Tom and Hannah making up. I don't even know why Tom and Hannah fell out. Was that when she was like...
Because Tom said that he would nominate her.
Was that when she said you're a nobody? Or is that later in the week?
What, small...
Oh yeah, that's later in the
man
week,
thing,
isn't it?
later in the
So that's
week.
Tom and Hannah clashing again. Okay.
They've been clashing since the first week.
Interesting. So then Rebecca was still trying to work out why Kaylee left, and she said it's just an absolute massive shame. Okay.
For who? Not for us.
Yeah. And then Raph said to Lowton, Chanel never threatened Kaylee. Yay! So Raph was sticking up for Chanel, which is good. And anyway, all the others should be like, look, Kaylee's the one who got evicted, not Chanel. So Kaylee obviously did something worse than Chanel, so fuck off. They're victim blaming, as far as I'm concerned.
And why hasn't Rebecca said, well, in the diary room, she went off on one, said she'd like smack her with a chair or whatever, and a sharp object.
Were they drunk?
Probably always are.
Yeah,
they?
true.
Were they drunk?
Maybe she don't remember. So then we've got Big Brother wanted to throw Raph a party. Finally, something kind of fun and silly happened.
Now, before that,
Go on.
Chanel had a good line though. When she did a fart. Remember that? She went, "Oh God, I've just trumped. Come and smell this." To like Hannah or someone.
Yeah, and
like,
she went, "No, I'm alright." Yeah.
She was like, "Oh, please."
Yeah, I didn't write that down. It's too uncouth. So what did you think of Raph's
earning his birthday party?
So they said to him he had to sing happy birthday in 4 languages, which he did. That was cute, wasn't it? And he just had to keep doing it until they said stop.
Which was 20 minutes or
yeah.
more.
That was fun. That felt like an old school BB thing, didn't it?
Yeah, it was a bit... I felt like he was a bit embarrassed doing it, didn't you?
That's okay.
He looked a bit awkward doing it.
No, I thought he was loving it.
It was in French, English, German and Japanese.
No, I thought he was enjoying it. I've never seen Raph happier than in the diary room on his own.
As you should be as a super fan of Big Brother.
So what did you think of the quiz that they gave him?
They were all questions about Channel 5 era Big Brother.
Most of them were celebrity ones.
I wouldn't have been able to get them.
You wouldn't?
No.
They were quite easy though.
Have you got them?
No.
Something about Helen Wood.
So one was about Casey Batchelor.
Oh, yeah.
The love triangle.
And I can't remember what else.
And then, that was
who
it.
had eternal nomination, they asked him.
When he said Helen Wood as well, did you see the look on his face?
What was he like?
He looked disgusted. He went Helen Wood. It was like when
talking about Voldemort.
It's like when Ica said to cat lover. It was like that.
She shall not. She who shall not be named.
And then he had to custard pie himself in the face.
He did a good job at that.
Yeah, and that was to win all the different things for his party. It was quite nice, his party. They gave him a cake with his face on.
Did it?
Yeah, had a cake with his face on.
A printout?
Yeah. And it had all little Raph masks.
I'm so unobservant of this week. Oh, they had a silent disco, didn't they?
Oh, yeah. Someone on Twitter said, "What, is Grandma asleep next door?"
Yeah, and I said, what's the point of having a silent disco if they're just going to use music over the top of it anyway?
I told you why.
You said because their
they don't want
library
to pay.
music is cheaper than...
Yeah, they don't want to pay for the latest chart hits. That's why they've just put old, like Big Butts and I Cannot Lie or something.
Yeah, but they've already used that fucking Puerto Rico song with Justin Bieber in it once.
Oh, okay. I don't know what that is.
This is how we do it down in Puerto Rico. That one. It's awful. It's the summer anthem of 2017.
Okay, I don't know about that. Then Raph was having a bath on his own.
He was blowing bubbles out of his hands. I thought that was quite creative.
I said he looks kind of hot in the bath.
Oh, someone's got a crush on that.
So then Chanel said, "I hate it when you waste a shag on someone's shit." That's a good line, right?
Yeah, what else did you have to say about that?
No, that's all I've got.
Just a little one-liner. Did anyone else agree with her?
I've got no idea. Then I got Raph and Chanel in the diary room, and they were like enjoying themselves because it was Raph's birthday.
Oh, I have got some more that Chanel said about that.
Go on.
She's talking about her own vagina. She said, "The symmetry is amazing. It's so tight and neat. That's why my boyfriend calls it Homer Simpson."
Why is that? I don't get it.
Because of like his lips.
Oh, is that
the way
why?
his lips look, yeah.
That's not very sexual,
But
is it?
his lips, like around it, he's always got that like grey shadow, hasn't he? I think she's got that as well.
Oh, oh my god. What the hell? What has happened to this podcast?
So this was, when Ralph, fuck, I just did it. Raph and Chanel were in the diary room.
Yeah.
This was when I felt that perhaps their friendship wasn't quite real.
What? You've got the total opposite things to everything I've said. I've put they're the cutest. Go on, what did you think was real?
Well, Raph definitely takes Chanel's lead, because do you remember there was a moment at the end of that diary room session where Chanel did a little love heart with her hands, and then Raph kind of did it afterwards as well, like we're doing a scene now kind of thing. And I just feel like he's just trying to play up to Chanel's lead.
You're so cynical. Stop hating on Raph just because the listeners told you to.
No, it's not even. These are my own opinions.
Turncoat. Well, I disagree with you.
I'm not going to be dictated to by them.
I think that... Oh, don't talk like that about our own listeners, you idiot. I disagree.
Labelling people idiots.
Shut up. Don't talk about my psychological problems on the podcast. Believe me, there's enough to talk about this week. What else?
Next up, have you got anything more about that diary room about what they said?
I honestly can't read my own writing anymore. I feel like delirious.
Isn't it typed on an iPad?
Yeah, I know, but
it's not making any sense.
Yeah, it's like they're all swimming in front of my eyes.
Next, there's a rule break.
Hold on, Raph said about Chanel, we both want to make the most of this experience and have a good time.
I think that is true.
Yeah,
but in different respects.
Right. What, Chanel, Raph wants the money?
Raph wants to enjoy a Big Brother experience, I think. I don't think he necessarily wants the money. Of course he'd love to win. Chanel wants as much airtime as possible and to build her character, I would say.
Yeah. Okay. Carry on.
Do you agree?
Yeah.
Apparently there was a rule break I've written. Tom to Hannah. What is it? And Ellie Ellie the Javids. My notes make no sense. I think it was nomination talk. Tom said that he would nominate Hannah, and Ellie said she would nominate... Oh yeah, they were like, I don't know what we're going to do now, because like, who's left in here. Ellie was kind of saying like, oh yeah, there's so few people left in here, as if she's approaching the final four.
Yeah.
There's tons of people in there.
That's true.
She said that she would have nominated Imran and Sukhvinder, and Tom said he would nominate Hannah. So they were talking about nominations again. I don't know if they ever got... Oh no, they did. Later on in this episode, they got put in jail for that.
And they were drinking booze in jail, and I thought that shouldn't be allowed.
Were they?
Yeah. They took in beer with them.
That shouldn't be allowed.
No, that's what I thought.
I've written dogs die in hot cars, because that jail is made out of like perspex material.
Oh yeah, it's like the bus stop, isn't it?
And also, did you notice that Lowton has shaved armpits?
Yeah.
Smooth as anything they were. You don't like that, do you?
No, it's disgusting. Ugh. Guys who shave their pubes. Ugh. Fucking little girl. I've put even the grumpy sisters are having a laugh in the diary room now. What's going on? Do you remember that?
I've got something from Deborah here. I don't know if it's the same thing. It's talking about cultural difference.
Okay.
Not every action needs a reaction. And she's going... She's like dropping names but going cough, cough.
Oh, okay.
Lowton and cough, cough, this thing, and Joe and Ellie, when they were kind of like bitching about the others. This is where they said there's no I in team, but in this house there is a big I.
Okay.
Big Brother's I.
And I've got Deborah said Rebecca's written a book and I don't even know what the book's called.
She's trying to make out that Rebecca don't talk to her.
Yeah, it's just saying like if I'd written a book.
Have you written a book?
You'd know the name of it, wouldn't you, if I had? First Aid Kit Girl, published by the Green Press.
As enjoyed by Arissa Cox.
My mum, Arissa Cox. The next thing I've got is Raph doesn't like Lotan calling women bitches. Well, he's going to hate the rest of the week then. And they were talking about who should pay on a first date. I hate that conversation.
Yeah, they were. Hang on, I've got something about Hannah and Deborah in the diary room here. Hannah was like annoying Deborah. Do you remember?
No.
She was like something Deborah was talking about, and she was like saying one word out.
Oh, yeah.
What was it? I can't remember what it was. Like one word, like really shrill and annoying, and Deborah was like, that's really annoying. Stop that. And she was still doing it. And I was like, Hannah's quite annoying when she's having a good time. So maybe they should just stay pretty miserable.
I know, it's like that laugh, isn't it, that we said we've never heard. Like on the VT,
never heard,
they're like,
apart from on the stage.
I've got a really annoying laugh. It's like, you've never laughed once in the whole entire time you've been there.
Like, yeah, Caroline, what's her name? O'Shea. Is that her from Big Brother 1? Caggy. She did have an annoying laugh, and we heard it all the time, and that's why she got nominated. Like a cackle.
Oh, God. I'd be screwed.
It's deep, that. There was a discussion about, before that feminist bit, about listening and speaking. Someone was saying that listening is more... I think Raf said listening is more difficult than speaking.
Oh, yeah, that's true. Yeah, he said people just always interrupt and talk over you in that house.
Do you think listening is more difficult than speaking?
Yeah. What? It is, isn't it?
You just got to sit there and listen.
Yeah, but no, but some people are just always waiting for their turn to speak, aren't they?
Yeah, I suppose.
And always interrupting. Leighton said he's never been on a date. He just always ends up with people.
I put, what was the point of that scene?
That scene. Storyline.
Leighton looking pissed off at not being listened to.
Right. And then Chanel said she fancies Jeremy Kyle.
And Ellie agreed, I remember.
Ew. Gross. And this is when Ellie was drunk and touching Leighton up.
Oh, this was really badly edited.
Everyone on Twitter's like, oh, if it was the other way around and a guy was doing that to a girl, blah, 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 as if it was like a big thing. Who gives a fuck? I couldn't care less.
We all know that, but like, it is that way, and whatever.
And also, he does lead her on a bit. Not lead her on, but he, you know.
The background noise on this podcast is going to be terrible.
Well, the actual podcast is terrible, so it's fine. No, it's fine.
My question was, why didn't Leighton just fucking move if he didn't want Ellie to be all over him?
Yeah, exactly. He enjoys it.
And there was like that scene was so badly edited. There was like Ellie on Leighton, and then another scene, he was nowhere in sight, and then all over him again. In the next instance, it's crap.
And then Joe was giving Ellie a pep talk outside, and she was crying.
Before that, Chanel said she doesn't want this Ellie and Leighton storyline again.
Join the fucking club. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Joe said to Ellie, "You're too emotional when you drink."
Yeah, he said you need to sip it. Just sip it.
That's your advice.
Yeah.
Ellie had to get carried to the bedroom because she was so drunk.
Again. Was that when she was sick in the bed the next day? That's disgusting.
Hannah said she's in love with you. Who's this?
Leighton?
Oh, to Leighton, yeah. And Rebecca said, I wouldn't say love. She's in lust.
Yeah. I don't care about that storyline. Let's hope Leighton goes next week, and then we won't have to put up with that.
When this is the end of this episode, it ended with Leighton in bed. Did you notice he's got a little snowman?
A little what?
Like a little snowman.
No.
Like a little tiny soft toy that like fits in your hand.
No. What, was he cuddling it?
Yeah.
Oh God, what a weirdo, isn't he? That's terrible.
Maybe that ex-girlfriend gave it to him or something.
Yeah. Oh, that ex-girlfriend he really cares about until Savannah comes in the house.
I know. They've all been so embarrassing since she arrived, haven't they? All those boys. So cringy.
She's a funny one. But anyway, we'll come to that in a minute. Right, we're going to watch
Saturday's
episode, aren't we?
Yeah.
And then hopefully we'll perk up a bit.
Well, let's not hold our breath.
With a height of professionalism. It's because we've not had enough drink yet. We need more drink, I think. That always solves.
We'll sort that out.
That solves all
There's
the
more
problems,
where that came
doesn't
from.
it? Stick with us, blast offs. It's gonna get good. Hello, we're back. So now on to Monday's show. Now this is when they started moving Big Brother around the schedule.
Oh, did they?
Yeah, they moved it to 10:30 p.m.
That was a piss take.
What do you think about this? What?
How late do they want me to stay up? Granted, I'll be awake anyway, but I don't want to be up.
Some people ain't.
No. And afterwards, I want to watch bots. That pretty much sums it up.
Yeah.
Bots as well.
Yeah.
So what time was it up to? midnight.
Yeah, that's late, isn't it?
That's a piss take. They've got no respect for that format.
And also to show like some really depressing documentary about a child murder.
No one wants to watch that.
No.
If you watch that child murder documentary, give us a retweet. They're like, who's tuning in for that?
I know, it's so depressing.
No one wants to see
Even
that,
the adverts are depressing, and I like grim things, but that one is too much.
That Philpot one where they were carrying all the coffins out with the names on.
Oh,
that advert was enough to drive me.
It's too
away.
much. But also, it just shows a complete lack of respect for Big Brother, its fans, the audience. It's part of the course, really, isn't it?
And it is one of their most popular shows, so why are they not treating it better? Who else is going? Like, what else is bringing in the audience that Big Brother does for them? Not the fucking Philpott murderers, surely.
It's interesting, though, what they said on Couch Potato. Oh, it's not called that anymore, is it? Big Brother Radio.
Oh, yeah, it's not called Couch Potatoes.
Yeah.
I never just realised that.
On
Big Brother
Radio, they had a couple of conspiracy theories that they're actually trying to drive the show into the ground.
So nobody wants to buy it.
So that when
the contract is up,
they get it for cheap.
Yeah.
Do you believe it? I thought that was very, very interesting.
I think it's a good theory. Possibly.
Because why else would they be treating the show so badly? And now they've got the evictions on Thursdays as well.
For the next 2 weeks, I think. But we don't really know why. This week, there was a documentary about Paul O'Grady, and Blind Date was on, which it already started on Saturday. So why then suddenly change it to Friday? Yeah.
That's odd. That's really peculiar.
I don't know what they're doing with that schedule.
They don't either. So the morning began with Ellie being sick in her sleep. That's not good, is it?
That could kill you.
Yeah. Why are they letting that happen? As soon as that happened, they should have woken her up and been like...
That's true, because you would think that they would hear it from the mic.
You think that they would see it. They're meant to be watching 24/7.
That's true. There's always people in that gallery. For the tape, you just spilled Prosecco down
my bosom. Yeah, I don't think that's good. Ellie plus alcohol equals danger.
Who said that? Lowton?
No, I think she said it about herself. But actually it equals boring TV.
She also said, is this like a bit later on, I don't want him to think I'm an insane bunny boiler, and I'm not. And then she went, well, I am.
Yeah, you are. I hate Ellie. I wish she'd just go now.
She's embarrassing, isn't she?
She's embarrassing.
But also, Lowton's stringing her along, and she should kind of stand up to it.
That's never.
She wants to be strung along, doesn't she?
It's never gonna. She should be strung up. So Lowton was in the.
Big Brother asked her, "Have you got the fear?"
Oh yeah. About what?
About like what she did last night.
Oh yeah.
She said, "Yeah, I am."
So then Lowton was in the garden giving her a lecture about not fancying him so much. He was. Lowton had that haircut as well, didn't he?
And it was, I noticed, it was the hottest day of the year, and that haircut was so shit that you had to wear a beanie hat all day. That day, Monday last week, whatever it was, Sunday was it actually? I don't know, it was around the time of the hottest day of the year.
Looked like Helen would have been in doing it, didn't it?
Yeah, I thought that.
Charlotte and Raph said they don't like big dicks because people with big dicks are bad in bed. Discuss.
Marcus said, Raph and Charlotte are talking about size.
That's funny.
Raph said, I don't like too big. It's funny that Charlotte was talking about that. You wouldn't expect her to talk about that kind of thing.
I don't expect her to talk. What do you think, Gaz? Is bigger better or not bothered?
God, do you want a serious answer out of me?
Just seeing if I could get you to answer it or not.
Oh God, size might not be everything.
I agree with them. I think people with big dicks can be very lazy in bed.
But they were saying it was painful.
Oh, well, it depends where you're putting it, doesn't it?
Well, Raph's case, he did say he felt that pain.
Last week we were talking about our bloody sexual activities on the podcast. It's not right, was it?
Were we?
Yeah, I was. Okay, moving on. Lowton said, I'm not in here to be the dream boy. I'm just in here to be me. Stop taking your shirt off them. Okay, then Chanel and Kieran were on a secret... Okay, Gaz, we're going to have to cut to you because I don't understand this task.
I don't know. Task? Is it
about
the task?
The gnome.
Oh, the gnome task. But first of all, I don't know. I don't think this was before the task. I think this was before the task was issued. Chanel goes to Kieran in the kitchen. It goes to Kieran in the kitchen. Let's do our poses, babe.
Oh yeah.
What was that?
What poses?
How we'd pose as a couple.
Okay.
And then they had to like pose as if they were an item, like they would pose for a magazine.
An item.
I think that was before they got given that task.
Okay.
So this task was a hidden gnomes task.
Right.
So Who had to hide them? Chanel and Kieran, right?
Was it Rebecca?
No, she had to retrieve them.
The real task
Chanel, yeah, Chanel and Kieran were told. It is Chanel and Kieran, right? That had the task.
Yeah. I don't care about this task. And everyone's like, oh, it's so funny.
It was really funny.
I know, I missed it.
I enjoyed it.
I know, I missed it. Go on, you explain it.
Big Brother had put a series of gnomes into the house, and they were going to get ever increasingly larger. So the first one was retrieved out of the hatch, but they had to put them back in the diary room without anyone knowing that they were doing that.
But the house knew.
But the house were told that Rebecca would have an earpiece and be told where they'd hidden. Oh no, I got it wrong. Rebecca had to put them in the diary room.
Yeah.
Chanel and Kieran had to hide them somewhere in the house.
Okay.
And then Big Brother would say, this one's hidden in the bedside cabinet in Rose Cottage or whatever, and they'd go and get it, and then Rebecca had to take it out without Chanel and Kieran seeing it.
Okay. So who won? What was the aim of the game? That's what I can't understand. Like, what the point of it was.
I could tell you who won it. I can't.
Excuse me. What's
Rebecca passed it because she was like the real task. But the final gnome was a real man, remember?
Gone fishing.
And gone fishing, who was in the store.
I remember it, I just didn't understand
what did Chanel say? Something like,
your wife.
Oh, what
Does your wife know where you are?
You'd seen, with the girl in the storeroom, some other woman in the storeroom, something like that. That was good when that like real life gnome came into it. I liked that bit.
It was okay, but the way everyone was going on about it on Twitter, you'd have thought it was something actually decent. It wasn't that good.
Did you notice that the hatch is a post box?
No.
It showed like a little post box in the village theme.
Did you notice that Kieran had a man bun?
There's a little shitty excuse for a man bun.
Yeah, top knot.
Do you know the new Ken doll's got a man bun?
No, I did not know.
They've got these like new Ken dolls that look like multi-racial, not multi-racial, like multi-ethnicities.
Okay.
One with a man bun, one that looks like it's gay. I thought it did anyway.
Okay, I can think of some others.
The thing is, they're either buff or skinny, so in the end, everyone's going to feel inadequate. It's not like like a just normal one.
Or one with a beer belly.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, so that was the gnome thing.
Kieran said that he learned how to cook chips from Imran.
To cook chips? That's not that hard.
No, I know. That's what I thought.
So that was it for the gnome task, right?
Lowton and Tom decided to create a fake Ralph for a diversion.
Yeah, that was quite good, but their acting was a bit poor. It was like something off Hollyoaks.
Yeah, much like Lowton's acting tonight when he was feeling sorry for himself.
Actressing, I think you mean. Although that might be sexist, but that's a made-up word anyway. Then Lowton was in the bedroom and he was talking about Chico. He said Chico used to be a dream boy.
Did you say he's got a massive dick?
Yeah, he said he used to have long hair and a massive dick. Don't you think they should get Chico on Celebrity Big Brother?
I'm surprised they haven't.
I like Chico.
I'd like to see Chico, the cheeky girls.
It's Chico time. I used to like Chico. I think it was fun.
Wagner.
Yeah. Wagby. Yeah, go on.
What about when Chanel was talking about her dating secrets?
Oh, yes.
When she said, don't shade. Well, I can't do her voice anymore. Chanel. What's something she said?
You're about to tell us.
Don't shade. That's not how she speaks. And then wear granny knickers to make sure you don't end up having sex. Mm-hmm. But she said, then you end up having whore sex with a hairy vagina and granny knickers on.
I actually think that's quite a good strategy.
But she said that you just end up doing it anyway. Yeah,
that's true, you do. That is a good strategy though. It's like, I remember when I was younger, like, and we used to like, we didn't want to have sex because we were too young, and our boyfriends were always trying to have sex with us, so we'd always like wear loads of layers. Or like we'd always try and wear like, we'd always try and like wear dungarees or ways that they couldn't get into our clothes easily. It's a bit like that. Never heard of just saying no back then. Yeah, and then Hannah's face when Chanel said that was quite funny. She just looked horrified by the horse sex and the granny knickers. So then Joe was in the diary room and he said Rebecca is not his cup of tea. More of which later. The other housemates were calling Joe a flip-flopper. And Raph said kindness is not a weakness. Don't know what that was about.
Me neither.
Then we got to the housemates playing Truth or Dare. They were playing that again tonight, weren't they? Oh, no,
by Big Brother on these little laminates. Like, do you remember when they could just make up their own game? Now Big Brother has to give them a little fucking printout of it, of the truth and dare stuff.
Do they ever do Ouija board in Big Brother?
I feel like
they have at some point.
Yeah, in that crypt.
Oh, yeah, maybe.
Task, maybe. Remember when those teddies fell on someone?
That was good. So Kieran did a lap dance with Joe.
That was gross.
I like the fact one of the sisters' wigs is just sat on the edge of the sofa like a cat.
That.
Yeah. Joe had to say which housemate was not being their true self, and he said Rebecca. Oh, this is how that fight got started.
Oh, yeah. Which would lead to Rebecca's eviction.
And then
spoiler alert.
Deborah said, Joe is mean. He could have said that in a better way, which was true. And then they were sitting in the garden, and Joe said,
Rebecca decided to say, like, come on, Joe, like, what is it, kind of thing? What's the problem?
And he went, it's not that I don't like you. It's just
that you irritate
just that
me.
You irritate me.
She's like, so, what is it that irritates you about me? The way you talk, the way you smile, the way you act. Literally everything about her.
You.
Now, I thought Rebecca was right in this whole thing when she did raise, like, how would you feel if this was your daughter being spoke to? Like, what are you going to tell your daughter?
Yeah, what she said was completely reasonable, and then it got blown so out of proportion. Oh, don't bring my daughter into it. She was just saying, would you like it if someone spoke to your daughter like that?
He's so dumb that he didn't understand the argument. Rebecca was not bringing his daughter into it.
No, she wasn't.
All. It was the fact that she is someone's daughter.
Yeah, she said, I'm someone's daughter. Isn't everyone? and then Kieran took Joe's side.
That was weird.
And then Rebecca went mad. She was like, what did she say? Not, are you mad? But she's like, are you kidding about Kieran taking Joe's side?
And then they continued to talk about it, like, into the night. Kieran and that. And then Chanel came out and said, can you stop talking about it? She can hear every word. It's getting her more irate.
Oh, yeah, she did say that, yeah. And then Rebecca said, I'm a 32-year-old woman. No, you're not.
You think she's older than that, don't you? I'm not...
Look at her.
I've not understood what you're getting at. Do you think she's older than that?
What are you talking about?
How old do you think she is?
About 40 odd.
No, she is not.
32? I'm 37.
I believe... You don't believe her?
Do you think she looks 5 years younger than me? What?
She could be.
What? Are you saying she's old as fuck?
I think she looks old.
Yeah.
I think she talks old, but I don't think she looks old.
She looks old. She looks in her early 40s.
You're saying she's got brittle bones, which is why she's got her arm in a sling when she went down on that egg. Went down on that egg.
Hold on. Hold on, I'm offended. But you're saying she could pass for 5 years younger than me?
Well, because I'm 31, right?
Yeah,
and she's 32, and I
older than you.
could imagine that she's about my age.
Really?
Yeah.
I'm shocked. I'm shocked. I think she looks old and she acts old.
Well, apparently she's been married twice, so... Or is that not even real?
I don't know.
I don't understand that.
We don't know.
Maybe we'll tweet her and ask, or maybe we won't.
Oh, she's been liking your tweets, hasn't she?
She has, because I was talking about her being in the right, always in the right.
Well, Rebecca's liking your tweets. Just saying, someone told me tonight.
Oh, yeah, you're followed by a very influential person.
Just only, ex-president Barack Obama is following me. And I don't even follow him, so what do you make of that? Which of my tweets do you think it was that turned him on to me?
No, because basically we found out that Obama is actually a closet Big Brother fan because I went on to who he follows, which is 629,000 people. Quite a lot.
To see if he followed Gaz, which
he
didn't.
Well, because you told me to check if he follows me, and he doesn't. And it tells you, like, out of your followers, who he follows. And he follows you, and he follows... someone called Matt Lincott or something who goes on bots all the time, and some other guy that I follow that tweets about Big Brother all the time. So why fucking doesn't follow me? I don't know, but he probably listens to the podcast. So Barack Obama, can you give me a follow back, please?
Hi, Barack.
Shame about the new guy.
Yeah, good point. Shit, I just realised my phone's not on aeroplane mode. There we go.
She might delete the podcast.
No.
It's gold.
God, imagine. That first half an hour should be deleted. At least we're a bit more drunk now.
I think we're a bit more lively now.
Yeah, hope so. So then, Rebecca was basically having a go at Kieran, going, "Why didn't you stick up for me?" And Kieran was like, "I weren't even there when that bit was said."
And this was when they were in the diary room together.
Yeah, but it's true. Kieran wasn't there at the first bit, but still, Kieran didn't stick up for her. Kieran's never showed one iota of interest in Rebecca. It's quite embarrassing when she got evicted. She's on bots, and Ryland's doing that scissors thing, when he has him in the chair.
The final cut.
Yeah,
I like that. Yeah,
I like the little video.
With that crazy wig on, like Sideshow Bob.
Anyway, he said, "Oh, do you see yourself together in the future?" And she was like, "Yes," basically. It's like, he's not interested in you. Get the hint.
It's awkward, isn't it?
How old is he?
Younger than her. 26 or something.
Oh, okay, fine.
Possibly. What are you saying?
Nothing. I was just trying to work out the age of. So then, what else?
That was the end of that episode.
No.
You got more?
Rebecca said Joe was potentially violent.
Everyone's potentially violent, aren't they?
I've put BB called Kieran to the diary room to sort things out with his mum. That's it. That was it for that episode. You're right. You're quite right. Okay, next day was, Eggate. Tuesday. Oh, yeah. So the new housemates, they weren't coming in yet, were they? They were just being rumoured on Twitter at this point, I think.
Rumoured on Twitter. Banded around by Big Brother. Was this the actual episode where they entered?
No.
It's the nominations, anyway. I've got that much.
Oh, God. Do you want to talk through that?
Well, what have you got before nominations? Because I've got this...
Nothing.
What about when Deborah and Hannah were in the diary room? Mm-hmm. And Deborah said about Joe, it's not fair that he's getting away with what he's doing.
Oh, yeah, they said he's quite influential. Was that when they said he's quite influential on the house and he uses his powers for evil kind of thing?
Yeah, I think it was. Like, as an older man, he wasn't using his position responsibly.
Yeah.
But they also did that... I'm going to offend people know that. That dance where they went, and they both did these little moves.
Oh, yeah.
I think they did that in the diary room.
I don't remember that. Why would that offend anyone? Sounds nice.
Because it sounds cultural and I might get it wrong.
That's okay. We respect other people's cultures.
We've also got our fake Jade Goody of the week.
Who's that?
Chanel is in the kitchen making an omelette. And she goes, "Oh yeah, I'm going to use some spices like some cumin and some origami." And then Charlotte's like, "Origami." She's like, "Yeah, origami." So aware of it, isn't
Try
she?
hard.
Okay, nominations.
Okay.
Now I've done a nice table out again.
Oh Jesus! Let's not do all of them.
I'm just going to do some highlights.
Yeah, one of the highlights. No, go on, you do it, actually.
Well, what have you got to highlight? Raph? Is it Raph?
Yeah.
Tom, nominating Tom and Joe.
Tom for caring about airtime.
Yeah.
What was the Joe reason?
Very, very grumpy and trying to force himself to like me. Is what I've got. And he also said girl power.
Yeah, that was good when he said that.
Because I think he realises that Joe basically hates on all the girls.
I just made up the reason that Raph nominated Joe in my blog. I said Joe for his crap Bobby's tattoo on his back.
You know what that is, right?
No. What? It's like a happy shopper, isn't it?
His bar in Tenerife.
Oh, is it?
Bobby's bar or something.
Like the Bobby's onion rings.
Is that what they're called?
Yeah. That's what I thought it was.
He loves them onion rings. What about Space Invaders?
Oh, I love Space Invaders.
What is tomato ones? What were they called? Those balls that was tomatoes.
Oh, yeah, I know.
The classics. Who else have we got? Joe nominated Rebecca for bringing my daughter into the argument, which she didn't. And Charlotte for being too quick. No, not too quick, too quiet. I've read it wrong. Too quiet.
I was going to say.
I thought he just thought she was intelligent. No, too quiet.
Yeah, he was like, she's just like a spectator, basically, which is actually true.
Ellie did say in the diary room about Rebecca that she was 34 years old, so you're not the only one that thinks she's older. She's also said that Joe brings the mood down and he seems unhappy.
He does. Actually, let's talk about this, because what is Joe's problem? He seems so grumpy.
I don't know, why would you apply for that show?
I know. He seems like he hates everyone in there, which I understand.
Especially if you're female.
Yeah, he's like just sits there sour the whole day through.
The whole day through.
From morning till night.
Charlotte nominated Chanel because she smacked someone's drink across the floor, and that was not appropriate.
Charlotte is turncoat. She's defected to that other side.
Yeah, was she? I don't know if she was ever friends with anyone though.
Was
she friends with Raph originally?
Yeah, I thought she was.
Maybe she doesn't like that she's kind of lost Raph to Chanel, possibly.
Yeah, true.
Again, saying Joe was miserable. Deborah, do you remember what she said about Tom?
No.
That he is so far up Lowton.
Ain't that the fucking truth? We saw that tonight.
And she said that Joe is moody, he gets away with a lot, and he's always gossiping. That's when she said he's not giving words of wisdom. Do you think Joe has got any words of wisdom? Yeah, sip your alcohol instead of down.
Yeah, that's true, yeah.
Any others of interest? Rebecca said that Joe was a grade A arsehole and he hates women.
That's true, he does.
True. And Hannah, she said, can be very moody. She's either moody or on the ceiling.
Or singing.
Hannah nominated Joe. She said he was character breaking to Rebecca.
Okay.
Who else? Lowton nominated Hannah, saying she was mad, dismissive, and rude, and he wants to separate the sisters. There's one of them that wants to separate them. And he called Chanel defensive, and she makes assumptions. Chanel nominated Joe because he's not enjoying his time and he's moody, and that means she has to walk on eggshells. Well,
shouldn't have dish to keep throwing around everywhere.
And Rebecca is losing it a lot and shouldn't have come in with Kieran. That's my little highlights of the noms.
In between noms, I got little overheard conversations sort of thing.
Go on.
Not really though. Chanel said she had so much plastic surgery that she couldn't get through passport control in Turkey.
Oh yeah,
because she looked different to how she did on her passport.
Yeah, that's bad, isn't it?
And then Tom said to someone, "Have you ever bent over a mirror and farted?"
Yeah, what was that about?
There's not much to do in Wales, is there?
No, evidently not.
Oh, and then Rebecca was talking about how she pissed on someone. And then they twigged that it was Kieran.
Tom said, I bet you're giving someone a golden shower.
Yeah.
Yeah, it came out that it was... Kieran kind of, like, had a little smirk on, didn't he? Like, he knew what was going on.
It doesn't surprise me that about him.
That's disgusting. Like, they put a plastic sheet down.
Even I have never done that.
And then, did you notice that after they were talking about that golden shower, Big Brother cut to that dog statue with the watering can head, which is quite golden in colour. That was quite good.
That's quite funny.
So Hannah started making a scene next.
Yeah.
I'm gonna eat and sing. I'm gonna cook and sing. I'm gonna shit and sing.
Why was that? Why did she do that?
Just because she was nominated. Airtime.
Was it because she was nominated?
Well, she was nominated, but I don't know if it was announced yet or not.
I've got the housemates are Joe, Hannah, Rebecca, and Chanel. Joe's like, I don't give a fuck. And then Raph said he was happy he's not on the block.
Yeah, I thought it was funny he used the term on the block.
Yeah.
No, yes. Hannah was doing that singing before she was actually nominated. And Tom and Lowton had another nominations discussion in the garden about who they were going to nominate.
Talking about
and they did a little fist pump about it.
And
what was it Deborah said after the noms?
It's so predictive. Predictive text. And then in the garden, Chanel said about being nominated, people don't say it to my face. They lick my arse, but carry on, because it tastes good, honey.
That's something Gary Lee... Nah, he wouldn't say anything like that, would he? But the honey bit did.
Oh, yeah, and then Chanel started doing, like, an inspirational speech.
She said it doesn't matter... Is that... Oh, that's when she started to spread the positive vibes. She did say about being nominated, though, it doesn't matter, we've all got to be up at some point. I thought she actually took her nomination really well.
But what about that speech she did?
A rousing speech.
Someone got up and walked off and was just like, this is bullshit.
Is it Lowton?
Yeah.
To promote peace, love, and positive vibes. And she said, after today's events, as if, like, a national atrocity had just happened.
Yeah.
No negativity. She said, I can feel the positive vibes running through me. And she had to, like, give everyone a hug, didn't she? Sound like Sukhvinder? No, Sukhvinder's like that. I don't know, I can't. Big Brother, says Chanel.
My friend spotted Sukhvinder and Imran in Waitrose.
Yeah, and you tweeted that, and people went mad for it. People care about what Imran and Sukhvinder are buying in their shopping. Well, if you care that much, you should have fucking voted for the pair of them. They'd still be in the house, and you'd know what they were getting on their shopping budget because you could watch it.
Yeah. So then,
Lowton went into the diary room, didn't he, when he walked off, and he said that was the fakest speech I've ever heard in my life. And
it was quite
I'm
fake.
Inclined to agree with it.
Yeah, but it was fake, but at least it was something. And then,
Chanel knows what she's doing.
Then Hannah was having a go at Kieran for not comforting her when she was nominated. And she was trying to talk to Kieran, and suddenly Tom popped up there. And Hannah's like, could you fuck off, Tom, because I'm trying to talk to Kieran. He's like, oh, it's my house too, I can stand
What's
here.
his problem with Hannah? Just back off and leave her
Tom,
alone.
Get your own storyline. Stop being a little limpet on other people, idiot.
What I liked was when Hannah approached Kieran about that, she described it as when the verdict came out.
That's what she said.
Yeah.
That's good. Oh yeah, and then Hannah went in the garden and started trying to talk to Lowton.
Yeah, and then we got this is when it kicks off.
And she called Tom nosy. And then she called him extra small. Now, was she talking about his height or something else?
Well, it was noted that Tom gripped his little man area apparently at that point. But he said that he needs to nip this in the bud now, which basically meant he was going to have a blow up at her, right?
And he slammed his bottle down really aggressively again.
And Joe went, "Careful, could have got your hand there." Or something.
Yeah, that was pathetic. And he went, "Watch me ruin this joint." Why are the men in there so angry?
Sounds like bed, doesn't it? Ruin this joint.
Angry little men. Angry, impotent little men.
What is it? I'll fuck this joint over big time.
It's pathetic. Oh yeah, and this was when Hannah started calling Tom a nobody. And then he was in the diary room bitching.
Oh yeah.
And then
well, this is comes to the bit where Raph came running in about something he'd heard.
Oh yeah.
On the outside.
Yeah. Raph they said the nominated people are kicking off.
Oh yeah.
I hate when people say that.
Running into the kitchen and was like, "Oh no, but I don't want to tell you to Hannah." She's like, "Well, just tell me."
Yeah.
He's like, sang like a canary.
Yeah, as usual. Well, I don't want to say anything, but he's like Doc Cotton.
But then he's like, "No, but don't go out there." But as soon as you tell Hannah something, she's going to go off.
So then Lowton said to Hannah, "Do you mind moving, sweetheart, while I talk to Chanel?" The way Lowton talks to women is, this is not the tip of the iceberg. But
before or after he said the hypocrisy is driving me insane. The intellect or lack of it in this house is killing me.
Yeah. That's another tweet of mine that did well, where I said the irony of him saying that was poetic. And then he said, "Your voice goes right through me," to someone. I think it was Chanel.
Really?
And then it was Tom and Hannah again. He was like going, "Don't call me a nobody." And then Hannah's like, "Why? Are you somebody? Have a good day."
Did she say, "I'm somebody"?
Yeah.
Didn't she say that as well?
I think so, yeah. And then she just
have a good day.
Yeah, she went, "Have a good day," and kind of like wiggled her ass at him. It was good. At that point, I thought, yeah, Hannah's like actually stepping up her game here a bit.
So next, Chanel began her egg strategy, where she decided to drop eggs around the house.
And Ellie said, "Are you yoking?"
Yeah, and other egg-related puns.
Oh, this was interesting, I thought. What did you think about this? Lowton said to Tom about Hannah, "She's hanging herself. Let's ghost her."
I missed that, but I've seen you.
Don't you think that's loaded language right there?
Ghost her.
Yeah.
Does that mean like block some? Edit them out.
Ghosting is when you're dating someone and then you just stop talking to them ever again.
Is it?
Yeah.
So does he want to put her in a beige hoodie and make her sit in the garden like Stacey Francis?
I think he wants to put on a white hoodie of his own and go lynch her in the back garden. I do. That was very loaded language that he used there, and I just thought, And then Tom said, "Let's ghost it." He called it it.
Mind you, Lowton's doing that about Isabel now as well, isn't he? Dehumanising people.
The people's housemate. Then Chanel said she's going to make people's life miserable until she goes.
Yeah, she said that she was going to make the next few days memorable for herself, which I quite thought was a good idea.
She said she's going to put their clothes in the hot tub.
She said her petty side was mixing sugar with the salt, putting clothes in the hot tub and dropping more. She was going to drop more eggs. She said about Hannah, she's being Hannah times 1,000, and she said with Hannah's loudness and my pettiness, they're all going to want to leave by the end of the week.
Yeah, true. And then Oh, Eggate went on.
Oh yeah, Tom started to threatening to waste the milk and the ketchup. I think Charlotte was like, not the ketchup. When the ketchup came into it, Charlotte suddenly perked up.
And then Lowton said, I've put Lowton is conducting an inquiry into Eggate. He said, not one man nor a million people can sway my opinion.
Was this when Tom, Lowton and Joe were all in the diary room talking about
with their tops off?
All of them.
I think so.
Sweaty. And Joe said, if it was a girl, it would be Charlotte or Rebecca, who are the two people that he nominated. Like, he just makes a connection. I don't think Joe knows what's going on.
So they were all still arguing, and then I thought Chanel was quite good the way she covered for herself. She went, I've got better things to do than discuss fucking eggs. It's like, you're the one who's making everyone discuss eggs. It's good.
This is when she was in bed, right? I think Did she have a little chuckle to herself?
Oh yeah, she did. There's like a close-up of her face.
But hang on a minute. Do they know it was Chanel yet? Because I haven't seen any evidence of them knowing.
No, because then the next day...
I thought it was Big Brother.
The next day they're like, whoever did it has got to admit to it, and then Raph admitted to the egg
Put
in
it
the
in the butter, but he said it wasn't me, it was the others.
Chanel never admitted to anything. Okay, so now we're on to Wednesday.
Yeah, so this is the morning where Big Brother gathers them all and talks about the risk of contaminating food. Now, this actually, I was wondering, this happened the night before, so why didn't we actually get to see it, Raph do it in the previous show? Let's do a flashback. Even though we'd seen that entire day and we'd seen them get in bed, that didn't make it into the edit, which is a bit odd.
Didn't you tell me?
So, I missed this, didn't I? Like, missed the start, but I had to ask you, what was Raph done with an egg? Like, I didn't know what was going on because I was behind.
Yeah, he put it into the butter. And then
so he like cracked it inside the pot of butter, and put it away.
We never saw it, I don't think, or did we see it in a flashback?
He had to go and put it in that plastic box in the storeroom.
Oh yeah.
Which meant that it was revealed that he'd done that. So everyone suspected him of doing the rest of them, but he had to play it down and be like, no, I did that one, but I didn't do the rest. But he does know that Chanel did it, right?
Of course.
But Hannah also knows that Chanel did the eggs, right?
Yeah, of course. But then when Raph admitted to that, Joe went, I keep telling you about this guy.
Yeah, I've written twat in capital letters.
And then
I hate the way Joe
hates
sort of
Raph for no reason.
No, just like the way that when something has gone on, which people will rally against someone against, he always brings up the people that he doesn't like.
Yeah.
Like, okay, it's this guy that I don't like. This is a way to get other people to dislike him too. Oh, if it's going to be the girls, it's going to be Rebecca and Charlotte. They're the two that I don't like, that I nominated. Like, he's so unintelligent. It's painful.
He just harps on about the same thing, doesn't he? Sounds like me, actually. Then,
why did Lowton shake Raph's hand afterwards?
For admitting it, maybe? I don't know.
I don't know.
God knows. Oh yeah, and then Joe told Raph he was slippery.
Well, the kitchen floor was slippery, as Rebecca found out later. But
we never saw her stack it though either, did we?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I never saw it.
I remember seeing her fall down.
Okay.
But it happened after Lowton had decided to boil all of the eggs, because I said that he'd started his war on terror, where he was going to make it so that all of the eggs in the house couldn't be broken. And Charlotte had something to say about that as well. She was like, please don't boil all of the eggs. I hate boiled eggs. But he just did it anyway. And then Chanel went, okay, let's test this theory, and knocked it off the counter. She goes, see, it still breaks.
Chanel would be good at Halloween, wouldn't she? When people egg people's houses, should be right up front. And then Chanel was talking to Raph, and she said, people don't take the time to get to know you, Raph, which I thought was sweet. And then Chanel said, Tom and Lowton take everything so serious. They do, don't they?
They do.
I like Chanel. This is the day that I started to really warm to Chanel a lot more than before. Just like her sweet nature and her like low-level warfare with the eggs, I just thought it was a good combination.
What I find weird about Chanel is that I know that like 80 to 90% of what she's doing is she's doing it for airtime.
Yeah.
But I can still see like a nice underside to her character, like a warm glow about her.
She's entertaining.
And she is entertaining me.
And that was when she's in the kitchen as well, and she went, oh, I wanted an omelette, as if she hadn't broken all the eggs. It's good. It's good acting she does. Very good. Oh, okay, so now we've got the blind date task.
Yeah.
How did Lowton, Kieran and Chanel get picked to be the pickers?
Big Brother just picked them, I think.
Well, that was completely biased because having 2 guys and 1 girl, they're obviously going to pick 2 girls.
Yeah.
Aren't they?
They probably should have had 4.
Were you pissed off that the guy didn't go in, or were you not bothered?
I did not want that guy to go in.
Why? What was it with that guy? I thought he seemed alright.
Because his bio was all about, like, shagging birds and that, and I just thought, oh, fuck that.
Okay, fair enough.
But why didn't they, like, actually use Blind Date if they're trying to promote Blind Date? Like, they could have used the music and, like, brought Paul O'Grady in.
Surprise, surprise.
But they had, like, a screen and everything.
Yeah, I know. I don't know.
And they went, please welcome your host, Marcus Bentley. And Raf's reaction was like, oh my god.
Was
like
it?
He thought Marcus Bentley was going to walk in, I think. And then he didn't.
I did notice that, actually. So then,
Okay, so one thing I'm going to say now is I've got no notes on this because I was just in too much of a blur.
Okay, why were you in a blur?
Because
Not stoned again, were you?
No, I'd accidentally slept for like a couple of hours before Big Brother started and woke up thinking I was late for work but hadn't even watched Big Brother yet. And then I was just too groggy / the episode was just too much for me that I had to stop writing notes.
Okay, what were your first impressions of the new girls?
Well, if you talk about my first impressions, they came off Twitter.
Okay, we'll go from there.
Just more of the same, irrelevant, white, young nobodies that I don't want to see in the house.
Why did Big Brother do that? Why did they put in more of the same and not what we actually want?
I don't fucking know. Why are they not listening to a single thing that anyone's saying about this show on Twitter?
Like, every single tweet underneath was just people going mad.
Right.
Wasn't it?
So and
why?
I don't know why. Maybe they are trying to drive their show into the ground. But I think it's just like they're scared of, said this before, scared of Love Island. I think they're just trying to compete with Love Island, and I don't know why.
I don't either.
Because it's not Love Island, and we don't want Love Island. If we wanted Love Island, we'd watch Love Island.
Good point.
One thing we should say here is this week, you said, one of Big Brother's fans, long-term fans, has been blocked on Twitter by the official Big Brother account. That is Lewis
who wrote
that 4,000-word article, which I never reached the end of. It was so long.
I retweeted it, but I still forgot to read it.
They had the cheek of using his tweet in the show when they showed Callum what he tweeted about him,
was good
and now they've blocked him.
Why? What did he say though? Do we know?
Actually, I said that I thought he maybe was having a go. He did say that he was bored about them going on about Chanel in a tweet, but actually it wasn't anything to do with that. They just decided they'd had enough of him. I think maybe because he keeps like, I don't know, I noticed that he does this like ranking of the housemates where he like talks about what, I think it's his opinion / what position he thinks they'll finish on in the show, and they're always tagged in the tweets, but I don't know, like,
so what?
I tweet and tag them sometimes too, and I'm not always saying the nicest things.
They should be glad people are interacting with him.
Exactly, they should have just muted him
if they don't like him. I do feel sorry for the person who does that Twitter account, but at the same time, grow a thicker skin, for fuck's sake. Like I said...
Especially when you're producing a show which is not meeting the expectation of fans. You've got to expect criticism. Like
I said... we could be critical of Big Brother Canada at times, and we took the piss out of it. Arissa... like listened to our podcast, like charmed us, and then we started being nicer about it. So no, that's not what happened. But it's like
but we entered into a dialogue,
yeah,
which Big Brother is not allowing by blocking people.
No, and it's a way of dealing with fans who are saying negative stuff but we weren't that negative about Big Brother Canada because it's a good program. But still,
that's true.
We definitely weren't uncritical, and we'd say controversial things.
Yeah,
sometimes, so to speak.
Yeah.
But she didn't get all pissy about it if we took the piss out of her dress or something.
No.
She thinks it's funny or stupid or whatever.
Exactly.
Oh, God.
Maybe it's because of this like article, and maybe it's because he's building more of a...
Yeah.
Sort of getting more resistant, I don't know.
Yeah,
but I don't think you can... I don't think you can justify blocking your fans. And I said, for me, like, that would be like being starved of oxygen. I do think that the Big Brother Twitter is not putting out great content right now, but I still want to know what's happening.
I don't even look at that fucking shitty Big Brother Twitter.
I get alerts off it.
Bunch of old crap, rubbish. So yeah, the dating talk. So forgetting about seeing them on Twitter, what was your first impressions of them in the blind date task? The new girls.
Just as I thought off of Twitter. But the one sort of redeeming feature I felt was that Savannah was Irish. Like, at least she was Irish. Like, that's a bit of a variety.
Yeah.
To the whole situation. The fact that Kieran had a connection to Isabel turned me off her immediately. I don't want. We've already got Rebecca and Kieran.
Yeah.
I don't want another fucking connection to Kieran and Rebecca.
Lines.
Exactly.
But luckily, that's not really played out like that, which is good.
You mean caused as much tension as they would have wanted? Well, Rebecca's gone, so
yeah. So
it did cause a bit of trouble for Isabel in her first couple of days, though, didn't it? She felt awkward.
Yeah, but I think she's sort of come into her own now.
Yeah, she has, because she's got her own war with Lowton to focus on.
Did you notice the new housemates said they thought they'd clash with Hannah and Deborah?
Every single one of them said that. Yeah.
Just don't say that. Even if you think it, just don't say it, because it makes you look like a complete racist.
Yeah, but the thing is, wouldn't you say that they're probably the less threatening ones to say that you're going to clash with? Like, people are probably too scared to say they're going to clash with Joe because they don't want shit off of him. I don't know why people are scared of Joe, but...
Someone did say something about Joe.
Really?
Yeah, someone said they didn't thought they might not get on with Joe. I can't remember who that was.
Maybe
now.
Savannah? Don't know, making that up.
Now, I said that Isabel looked like Morph, which I feel a bit bad about now, because now I don't mind her, but she does look...
Well, she does, though. She does. Her face looks green at times.
But this whole tan thing, and everyone's shaming her about her tan, and Lowton going, why that colour, and Joe going, why... Like, mind your business, she can be whatever...
When Joe says you're orange, like, fucking hell.
But, I mean, it does look stupid, but she can be whatever colour she wants. None of their business, is it?
No, it's not.
So why don't they shut up?
But she does apply fake tan to her face every day. To her face. That's a lot. The roots of her hair turning orange. Literally.
I don't think your skin colour should ever be darker than your hair colour, as a general rule. I don't. It's like Pat Butcher, isn't it? But what can you do? So yeah, it was a total fix, because they just decided that... Because that guy said he fancied Ellie. I don't know why.
Oh, she got really she lit up at that thought.
I'm not surprised. I mean, why would anyone fancy
But he was gross.
He was nice for Ellie, though.
Oh!
He was.
What do you mean they suited each other? Is that what you mean?
No, I mean he was too nice for her. I thought.
I don't know.
I just hate her now.
He was like a giant as well.
Oh yeah,
Lowton was like, oh, you're a big guy.
Lowton was intimidated by that. I would like to have seen Lowton getting his knickers in a twist about that.
What other questions did they ask? You got any of them?
Nice.
What about that body language section?
What was that?
They had to fucking dance behind that screen. That's not part of the new blind date, is it?
I forgot about that.
Is that part of the new blind date?
No.
Next series we'll be having like sex box.
Yeah, that's
only.
true. Actually,
is it called sex box? Not sex box.
Yeah,
no, the one naked attraction.
Oh yeah,
naked attraction where they're
naked.
Sex
box where they go in and actually have sex. Yeah, I forgot about that dancing behind the screen. That was one of the most cringe things I've seen on Big Brother in my entire life. Embarrassing.
I put something like, this is degrading.
It was degrading. Oh yeah, and then Joe was getting worried. He was going, these outside people are going to have information on us. So
that was annoying.
What's he worried about?
Remember, they've been watching the show.
Yeah.
They know about us. Yeah.
What was he worried about coming out? That's what I want to know. And then Rebecca was getting annoyed about Isabel coming in, obviously.
Yeah, she knew straight away from Kieran's face that they'd got a connection.
Yeah.
He's like, they shagged in Megalith or something, isn't it?
Yeah.
Ugh. How do they find her?
Tawdry.
How do they find someone
who has
slept with this nobody? How do they make that connection? That's what I want to know.
Because he's probably slept with so many hundreds of people that it's not that hard to find.
No, but what do they do in the audition process to make that connection? How do they find that
maybe
person?
You have to write down the name of everyone you've ever fucked.
I didn't.
I wouldn't. That's for sure. So then, the new girls come in, basically.
Yeah, but what was annoying was Chanel had said, I think we should be taking a boy and a girl.
Yeah.
Do you remember Lowton's response?
No.
That's not valid. What? That's Chanel's opinion. It is fucking valid, just because you don't agree with it. And he was fucking melting because of Savannah's accent. That was so embarrassing.
Lowton said he thought the lad was full of shit.
Well, he was, but
still,
I just didn't like the way that he dismissed Chanel like that.
No, Leighton, all he does is dismiss everyone. It annoyed me when the girls came in. I was really worried that they were just going to join Leighton's side, but it's not really been like that, has it?
Got one on each.
Yeah,
now,
one on
you?
each, which is fine.
When they did come in, do you remember Tom jumped up on that like poof in the middle of the fucking sofas and was like screaming around, and still no one was listening to him. It took him ages to get everyone's attention. It's like, we've got a task.
Yeah.
Because he'd been like colluding with Joe that they were going to like, I don't know, catch these girls out.
Yeah.
And it said, we have to ask you a question each, and it starts with me. Why do you want to be in here?
Oh, yeah. What?
It's like, why are they so suspicious?
They're already in there, so whatever. Stupid. And then Ellie was moaning, saying, I want to be the girl with the good personality. Too late. Then someone slipped on an egg. Was that Rebecca?
Yeah, that's when Rebecca slipped down in the kitchen.
I thought it was Savannah for some reason.
Imagine that, you just got in.
Yeah, immediately
taken up by an egg. Rebecca had to go out to hospital for that.
Oh, shame she didn't. Oh, well, she's gone anyway. Yeah, then Rebecca came to the diary room and said, I don't want to be a bitch, but, that girl who Kieran slept with, I don't know why he slept with her, basically. Like, fuck off. You don't decide who sleeps with who, just because you've slept with him as well. And then she said, I don't know what Kieran was thinking. I don't know what he's thinking sleeping with you either, fucking old ass looking bitch. And she said he hates tans.
He hates tans.
Apparently not. And then Joe was worried about Isabel going in the hot tub and her tan coming off.
Was he?
Yeah.
What about his eyeliner? Did you worry about that?
And then he said to Isabel, isn't there different shades of tan you can use? Fuck off.
He knows.
Yeah.
Come on, Joe, you know.
And this was good. Then Chanel started quizzing Isabel, going on about Kieran. Did you suck him? Did you suck him? And then Isabel went, probably. As if you wouldn't remember if you'd...
Well, it depends how much you'd had.
I think you'd remember. And then Chanel went, did he suck you?
Yeah.
What? You don't suck a girl, do you?
Well, I don't know. You tell me.
No, you don't. It would be like, did he lick you? Anyway, she said, did he suck you? And Isabel said no. And I thought, well, I'm not surprised. Another selfish man.
It's Lowton that's worried about the pleasure of the other person.
Oh, is it?
Yeah.
Yeah. I could say more about that subject, but that seems to be what we come back to week after week.
What? What am I missing?
Nothing. Just thoughts in my own head. Then Lowton started trying to chat Savannah up. Even though, what about his ex-girlfriend?
He forgot about her very quickly, didn't he?
Within about 3 seconds. And then Kieran said he was annoyed that Isabel was talking about him. And it's like...
Wasn't she being asked about him?
Yeah.
No comment.
Yeah.
That's why she is there, let's be honest.
Yeah, exactly. And then Lowton, Kieran and Tom decided to all get in the shower together.
What was wrong with these men? Just when 2 new girls had walked in, they went fucking feral, a lot of them. And then somebody said it was quite hot. Was it Ellie, probably?
Ew.
Someone said it was hot to watch.
I said lock the cubicle and keep the water running.
Yeah.
And then the girls were all singing inside going, can I get an amen?
Amen!
And then Lowton said, shut the fuck up, you boring bitches.
He's so bitter.
Christ. And then Raph in the diary room said he was happy to have the new blood in there. And then Raph said to Rebecca, I know who I want to go, and it's not you, Hannah, or Chanel.
That's not okay either.
Narrowed it down.
But we haven't seen him get told off for that.
Yeah, true.
He said it's not who?
It's not you, Hannah, or Chanel. So
he said that to who?
To Rebecca. So that just leaves Joe, doesn't it? And yeah, I think.
And one of the other lot. That they're called the crew now.
Oh, the crew.
In Raf's new language.
Okay.
Like one of those BB-USA alliances, the crew.
And then everyone's going on about Savannah being short. Bothered. And Savannah said about the guys, they're not boyfriend material, but they're comic relief. They're not even that. And then Isabel said she thinks Lowton's got a good body, but he's an absolute dickhead who makes her cringe inside. That theme develops over the next couple of days. It's a bit like her tan. And that was it for that episode. Luckily, because you ran out of notes.
Yeah, I gave up at part 3. Next up was our Thursday eviction episode. Can you believe that they managed to get an audience together to go stand outside the house on Thursday night?
Yeah, where did they get those people from?
I don't know how they do it.
And what? It was a secret eviction, so they were all being quiet. And then what happened there? I don't get it. Why did they let them out?
Let them out? Who? The audience?
No, get someone out.
Why did they let the cat out of the bag?
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah.
Because I've been to evictions where it has been a genuine secret eviction and Big Brother used to make everyone be quiet. But that crowd were allowed to cheer at the start of the episode, but then were having to be quiet again. Like, it made no sense whatsoever.
But the housemates didn't even hear them cheer until they let them out the bedroom.
That's true. And we saw in the episode they went up the top of the stairs and listened outside, which is why Chanel started strapping herself into her boob top.
Boob laces.
Yeah, boob laces.
But it would have been better to just kick Rebecca out in a...
Exactly,
gown,
like when Kat was evicted.
Yeah.
It would have done, but they fucked that one up.
Oh, well, you know, Big Brother, they've got to get things wrong now and again.
So Isabel was adding more tan to her face.
Housemates just comment on her appearance all the time. Like, all the time.
Did you notice that Raph was shaving his chest?
No.
I think he was.
Like Tim.
In the bed.
Under the covers.
And that camera move.
Comprende. That's an old school
that
reference.
Is classic.
Oh yeah, and then Rebecca was talking to Isabel, going, "Oh, you know, it's difficult because of Kieran and all that," and Isabel's going, "Oh yeah, I thought it would just be funny that I came in here and I knew Kieran. I thought it'd be a bit of a laugh."
But
Rebecca was like trying to like sympathise with her, and then she went straight back out and reported back to Kieran what Isabel said.
So she said it was awkward, right?
Yeah,
she was feeling awkward.
What a snitch. And then Kieran's like, "Oh, she's my mate's ex-girlfriend." It's like, well, why did you sleep with her then?
Yeah, why did he? You wouldn't, would you? Oh, Rebecca had her arm in that sling as well from her kitchen slip-up. And also before that, Joe was saying about Savannah's voice. It's a lovely, beautiful voice. I love it. They were all like under her spell, but she's getting it's getting grating now, isn't it?
She's a cunt. I fucking hate her.
Have you heard her single? Neither has anyone else.
I don't want to. She seems like a horrible person. I don't like her voice. She's pretty, but
that was the first positive thing Joe had ever said about a girl. Though, Savannah has a beautiful, lovely voice.
Did he mean her singing voice though, or her accent?
Her accent, I think.
Okay, fine. I hate that accent, but anyway. So then it was this Den of Dilemma bullshit.
Yeah. Looked like Alice in Wonderland, didn't it? With like signs all over the place, and that zebra had been dressed up.
Bit cheap though, isn't it? Just a few little rubber mice and whatever. Pretty crap. What do you think of that task? It wasn't much good, was it?
What was the first question? Whether Kieran should have a date with Isabel or Savannah.
Yeah, and his reasoning made no sense. He was like, I don't think it's fair to do it to whichever one it was, but he was actually being mean. Do you know what I mean? I can't remember.
It was worse on Isabel to be the waitress.
Yeah.
Even though,
But he tried to frame it as if he was doing
the better thing, or the better person.
Fucking idiot.
I've noticed that they had royalty-free music on the task. It was obviously some crap music they used over it. Yeah.
And then when Isabel found out she had to be the waiter, Chanel said, "They said you're a waiter, doesn't mean you have to be a good one." That was good.
But she took on board, didn't she?
She did.
I mean, I'm not sure what else she did apart from when he needed sun cream. It's the only bad thing she did, right?
He was furious.
He was like, "You can put it anywhere."
Yeah.
And she like squeezed it all over his head.
Yeah.
And then he started to spray whipped cream on himself as well.
Yeah, then he goes, "I'm not going to rise to it." It's like, you already have risen to it.
We know that he's already sensitive about his hair from when Chanel knocked that hat off.
Yeah. And he went, "If you were a guy..."
I'd knock your
He's
block
got
off.
a bad temper, that guy. Bad. He's like so affronted that she's there. It's like, it's not your house. She's a housemate. Just hate when they treat new housemates like this.
But it's always the case, isn't
know,
it?
but
You feel more entitled because you're an original.
Are you paying rent there, Kieran? No, so shut the fuck up. I liked it when she was just sitting like with her arms folded, like looking all mad. She was furious.
So someone called somebody boring, but I don't know who. Do you know?
Oh, Tom said it about Raph.
You've called him Ralph now.
Shut up. He says he does my head in. He's a boring twat.
Oh, well, we think the same about you.
Oh yeah, because Ralph walks off because they were talking about sex, and Ralph said they're always talking about sex. It's not that interesting. What is it with Ralph and sex?
Well, he was talking about it the other day about big size with Charlotte.
Well, we know. And then what else?
Isabel was crying in the diary room.
What about?
Was that because she felt uncomfortable in the house?
Oh yeah, she's saying she wasn't having that much fun, and that Savannah was saying she wasn't having fun either. It's like,
great.
Yeah, I know.
Thanks for coming.
Then Raph, Deborah, and Chanel were playing word association about different housemates.
Lowton.
Yeah, wanker.
Degrading to women.
Yeah, attention seeking it was.
Joe.
Mean was one of them.
Ignorant. Calculated.
Eyeliner.
Isabel. Young.
Misunderstood.
And Chanel went misunderstood. Yeah. I like the way Chanel's been showing some compassion towards Isabel.
Chanel has got compassion, which is a lot of them don't have. So then...
Joe thought the eviction was between him and Rebecca.
Oh yeah, and Lowton said Hannah was definitely going to go.
I spotted that there is only one hot tub in the house, which we debated last week. Yeah. The old pool area has been like astroturfed over.
Oh.
Yeah.
I don't know how I'm so unobservant. It doesn't surprise me. And then Tom said about Joe, everyone loves a geezer. I love a geezer, but only Danny Dyer. Then Lowton got called to the den of dilemma. He could
hear mean tweets about either himself or Ellie.
Then he's acting like he's doing her a massive favour by hearing the ones about himself. Of course he wants to. You'd want to hear the mean tweets about yourself, wouldn't you? I would.
Yeah, there's no point in hearing about someone else. What are you going to get out of that?
Else, yeah.
Unless you really dislike that person and you want them to hear their mean tweets.
Yeah, but the way he was acting about it, it's like, oh, did it for you, Ellie? Shut up.
Joe went, oh, I'm proud of you.
I'm proud of you. Those tweets they read out Lowton was shit.
I can't even remember what they were. Ellie had to read them out as well, didn't she? But they were nothing.
I've done so much better.
One of them was from Ryan Rockledge, I remember.
Oh, yeah. That was funny.
I didn't take notice of what they said.
Oh, I didn't know.
Next up was when Lowton said, my... Gaz's tattoo of the week.
I thought of you straight away.
I think that you've written it wrong in your blog. I've looked at it because I thought I'd written it wrong, but I've looked at what you've written and I think yours is complete nonsense.
Okay, what have you got?
The dog barks at the moon. No one says shit. Is it? The moon barks back. It makes the moon famous. Is that not it?
No, because yours doesn't even make sense.
No, but...
No.
Why would it make sense?
No.
What does yours say?
Yours makes no sense. Mine, it makes...
Try yours. Read it exactly as it says.
I won't try mine. Mine makes sense.
Try me.
No one comments if a dog barks at the moon. But if... Oh, hold on. I have written it wrong.
No, read it as you've written it.
No, fuck off. I'm going to
read it as you've...
No. I had written it wrong. He said... No, I'll read it as it should be. No one comments if a dog barks at the moon, but if the moon barks back... It will make the dog faint.
Faint? Not famous?
Because the dog would get a shock if the moon barked back.
Well, it would. That's a good one, that.
Where does he pick this shit up?
I've got no idea. I was going to ask you the same thing.
Yeah, you're right. I did write it wrong.
What was he talking about then?
It's like Malcolm Z from last week, isn't it? I write this blog under a lot of pressure. And I don't bother proofreading it because all I get is abused on it anyway.
What was he...
I don't know. You're right. What was he
What was he talking about?
I had no idea.
The amount of times in this series where I've gone, what was that even about?
Yeah, so are you going to get the whole thing tattooed or just a bit of that?
The whole thing.
The whole thing.
Probably
good.
along my back.
Oh, nice.
In Hebrew. Then it occurred to me that this was a shopping task.
Oh.
This dilemma
was
thing.
It?
Apparently.
Okay. Did they pass?
No idea. Probably passed it. Black Jungle Snake will tell us. Did they pass it or fail it?
I've written, I can't be bothered to write down the rest of this crap.
Is this when they had to order themselves from least to most?
Oh, yeah.
Which is a Big Brother staple.
Yeah.
Least to most.
That wasn't even interesting.
Typical, new people put themselves at the top for most, which is Isabel and Savannah even.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah,
followed by Ellie, Kieran, and Raph, and they became banished.
Yeah, so one half of the house had a party and the other one didn't. But the house that had a party were being martyrs, weren't they? They're going, no, we're not even going to have the party.
Might as well just have it.
I know, it's stupid, isn't it? And then something about putting mushrooms in the food. Rebecca and Lowton were slagging Deborah off for putting mushrooms in their food, and there wasn't room for them to put a pan down.
Yeah, they were hogging the kitchen, Rebecca said.
Yeah, and we've not mentioned the housemates who were banished could watch what was going on in the main house.
Is that one?
Yeah, they were watching it on a camera. Yeah, because they saw this bit. And then Lowton said, how can that bitch, and I used that word openly about Hannah. I didn't get the end of that sentence, but...
He said, and I used that word openly.
What a fucking arsehole. He's disgusting.
I got Hannah. What
did she even do? I'm saying it, he is a racist piece of shit.
You think so?
Yeah, he is not interested in them because they don't fancy him. He only is interested in women who fancy him, and anyone else are just like...
But don't you think he's equally negative towards Isabel?
Yeah, because she's orange.
Ellie said, this is a shit party.
Yeah, it was.
Was she in the party?
Oh,
no, I think she was watching it.
She was watching. It was a shit party.
It wasn't a party at all, was it?
Mm-hmm. No, it was not. And then the sisters called Lowton an ignorant bastard. I think that must have been behind his back. Oh yeah, this is when the others were watching, and then the sisters were saying about Ellie leaving her knickers lying around.
Yeah.
That is gross to leave your dirty old knickers lying around.
Just ask Stephanie Davis about that.
Exactly.
She learnt the hard way. Mm-hmm. And also, they said that apart from, as well as leaving her knickers lying about, she puts drinks in the plants.
What?
Is that like when Sukhvinder hid the drink, or does she mean like she pours the plant, the dregs into the plants? I don't know which one.
I doubt if the plants are real. Maybe like plastic.
So Ellie said, life is too short to clean up your chuffing knickers.
No, it's not.
Is life too short for that? I think that's like quite an essential.
I think that. If you got like a hot date as someone come around and you leave all your knickers strewn around, that's not going to work, is it?
Clearly yours up for me. Mind you, mine are hanging out in the kitchen as well, so...
What? Did you say I don't clean mine up for you?
Your granny knickers are always on the...
They're clean though.
Yeah, they're not dirty.
They're clean.
Not crusty ones on the kitchen table.
You mention my granny knickers, that's embarrassing.
You mention them yourself.
They're my work knickers.
Sensible knickers for sensible people.
Not my sexy knickers. They're ones that pull me in for work.
The Spanx.
Yeah. Actually, I should wear those ones when I'm trying to be sexy. I'm doing it the wrong way
around. When you take them off,
it all flops out.
The symmetry, though, is amazing.
What was that about?
Chanel's fanny.
Oh, yeah.
So Ellie goes straight to Deborah to say that she should tell her to her face about the knickers.
Yeah, Ellie said, your true colours are showing. Mentioning colour there, Ellie. Just saying.
I see your true colour.
But the sisters kind of... It was a good point. Like the way they were talking, they were just talking amongst themselves, and it's like they were saying, like, you do talk to your sister a certain way, and it's not their fault people were watching. And Ellie's going, "Oh, you're bitching behind people's back. Are you telling me Ellie's never talked about anyone behind their back in there?
Yeah.
Sit down.
It becomes
bitch.
a different story once you've seen it, and heard it.
I
But
guess.
everyone does it, don't they?
Everyone does. So then the crowd were chanting, "Get Joe out." Get
Hang on.
Joe out. Woo!
Before that, the chocolate fountain fight broke out.
Oh, yeah. Where's that?
Which was from the party.
Oh, yeah, you're right.
They had that chocolate fountain.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like Lowton started it.
Yeah, Lowton and Tom.
And Ellie was quite involved. And I feel like Charlotte was covered in chocolate too.
Yeah.
Anything to say any more notes on that?
I was just thinking, racists are just blacking up, aren't they, with chocolate? I don't really mean that, I'm just joking. No, I don't care.
That will come back anyway.
It was
that storyline will continue.
It's just like whenever that side is enjoying themselves, the others are like, ugh. Whenever the other side's enjoying themselves, they're like, ugh.
Why can't they all just get along?
Actually, in a way, as much as I hate everyone and it's shit, I quite like the divide. Because it's quite an even... It is
interesting.
It's quite an even number on each side.
It's actually become quite a numbers game.
Yeah.
Which Big Brother UK isn't usually.
No.
Because I start to think of it in numbers now in terms of nominations. Like, I thought that Lowton was going to sail, like Lowton and Tom, that faction were going to sail through. But because now you've got like Isabel coming in, who's siding on the other side, and Lowton painting himself in such a bad light this week, it becomes possible, like plausible, that he might get nominated and might go. Yeah. Because of the way he's acted. Yeah. So it becomes a bit more interesting. You think, who's going to go what way? Who's going to nominate with which side?
It feels fairer. And I like it when it's like there's a side you can root for and against. And like, even though like the sisters are quite
boring,
miserable, like when they stick up for themselves and dig the other side out, it's like like you're like with them. Do you know what I mean? And they probably are miserable because they're in the house with all those fucking idiots. So I don't blame them. But I do like that divide. Actually, I think it's good. I like it when it's good against evil or whatever. Oh, the good people.
Hang on, is this when Emma spoke to the house and went, select Big Brother house, this is Emma?
I didn't notice that at the time, but I saw it on Twitter.
Yeah, she almost called it Celebrity Big Brother house.
Oops. Yeah, well, easy mistake to make. Emma actually looked nice.
I know, that was actually later, because this was the first time when she spoke to the house when they were supposed to not know it was going to be an eviction, and they were all in the bedroom still.
Emma looked nice.
Did she? Oh yeah, we liked her.
She had like a red pantsuit sort of thing on, but it looked nice.
And her hair looked much improved.
Yeah. Well done, Emma.
And she'd had a bit of a cut on the back. There was less on the back.
I like it. It does make me want to cut my hair. So yeah, then it was eviction time, right? Unless you've got anything else.
Just that Emma had to repeat the names because they thought like they'd only managed to hear like two of the names, so they thought it was between just two of them. Like two of them were suddenly freaking out. So she's like, "Oh, we had to clarify the names because in the panic they couldn't hear it, or her fucking intercom didn't work."
So, I really thought Joe was going to go, didn't you?
I was hoping it would be Joe. Then I suddenly thought, I probably should have voted for Rebecca as well.
Rebecca, don't spend money.
No, like I should have spent it on everyone instead of Joe. Yeah. To push them all higher than
that. Gets expensive.
Doesn't it? This is why I don't like Vote to Save, but that's why Channel 5 does like it. How many people do you think are voting I like Vote this to time? Save.
No, fuck all.
I don't think they tell us, do they?
No.
Not until the end of the series, but maybe it's only percentages.
They give it all that, there's only 1% between this shit at the bottom. That crap.
So Rebecca came out.
Yeah.
She said that she was on an arsehole ban.
Okay.
That's all I've got from her eviction interview.
She looked like she was wearing a bit of old wallpaper. That dress she was wearing.
Was
like
it?
A pink thing, like a pale pink bit of old wallpaper.
I don't remember. Didn't she walk out to some really crap music as well, didn't she?
Well, standard.
It wasn't even a song. It's just like some sort of...
What?
I don't know, some sort of catalogue music they downloaded off of Google.
She said she said she was ready to leave. Her roots needed doing so. Well, there you go. At least don't have to... Did Kieran seem sorry to see her go? Weren't bothered, was he?
I don't know if we saw it, but he did almost cry. Almost cry.
Did he?
Yeah, there was a clip on social.
Okay. Okay, so we've now got gin and tonics on to Friday night.
I felt great, did.
Did it feel funny? Because I didn't watch this one. Did you watch this one when it was on last night? Was it weird watching just like a normal episode on a Friday?
Not being an eviction. Yeah, it was a little bit weird actually. It was on. I think it was on quite late again.
Oh, was it on at a funny time?
I think so. I think it was 10:30, but I'm not sure.
Was Twitter dead or?
Don't remember, to be honest with you.
BBK been trending or?
I've stopped checking because it's never trended anymore.
So it was post the chocolate fight.
Yeah, and I put from the intro that someone's going to be sleeping in the spare room tonight, but it didn't actually happen. No. It was kicking off, wasn't it?
Deborah got chocolate in her knickers.
Oh yeah, they showed that chocolate on the bedroom window. It looked like a giant cock. Did you spot that?
No. And then Deborah's
like... Oh yeah, Deborah's like, are those my knickers?
Yeah.
And Chanel went, leaving your knickers everywhere, are you? Pot, kettle, black.
And then
that was funny.
And then Deborah's like, "Oh, you shouldn't be messing about with my property." And then Ellie's like, "Oh well, we tried not to get it on." And she's like, "Well, you might have tried not to, but you did." So yeah,
but like mid chocolate fight, who's going to be like, "Hang on, we must first clear away this laundry from the garden."
I think Deborah's got a right to be annoyed about it.
Yeah, I would be annoyed about it if my pants got chocolate on them as well. But I'd probably accept that. Okay, it was the middle of a fucking food fight. You're not going to have the foresight to clear away people's belongings.
But if it's people you hate, then you're going to get pissed off about it.
Even more so. Yeah. But like, it's not like her knickers were targeted. No one like put a knickers in a chocolate fountain and like, here's a pair of chocolate knickers.
That's good to know.
Big Brother gave them 30 minutes to clean up. Big Brother was pretty pissed off at this, I felt.
And Raph said he wasn't into it, I've got.
Into?
Cleaning up.
Oh.
I don't know, because my notes are very brief here, so we need to rely on our memories.
In the diary, is it in the diary room? When Raph said the crew he said, spilt chocolate everywhere. Like it was an accident. Spilt it everywhere.
Spilt the tea.
Deborah said, whether my knickers are £1, £3 or £10, there shouldn't be no chocolate on it.
I like the fact that those are the three price brackets.
£1 knickers. I don't know if...
maybe from Primark.
Yeah, maybe from Primark.
You could get like a 3-pack of thongs maybe or something for like $2.99.
Really?
Yeah.
Bargain that.
Probably be a bit itchy.
That would be £1 each. Oof. Thongs right up there as well. I think you're more invest in better ones than that.
Yeah, true.
£10 I think is about reasonable for a pair of knicks.
Oh my god, that's dear. What do you know about knickers? Buying knickers?
Oh, I buy briefs.
Don't you buy a pack, like a pack?
No, I buy them individual.
Oh.
About £7 to £8 a pair, maybe 10.
That's dear.
Yeah, they are made in Australia.
Okay. I go TK Maxx because you can get some nice ones and they're cheap, but they look nice. No.
I find a struggle in TK Maxx because of all the fucking like crap Calvin Kleins that you don't want in the men's section.
Well, in the ladies section, there's some nice bits.
Well, maybe I should have a look. But I think you wear your knickers or your underwear every damn day. So if you work out like how much you spend on them on a day-to-day ratio, whatever, it's not much.
No.
It's an investment.
Investment piece.
Investment piece. A bit like your lamp.
My granny knickers. Okay, what happened next? Because my next...
the fucking den of dilemma opened its doors again, and Tom and Deborah had to go in there. And Deborah made a comment about those rats, didn't she? When she's seen them on the floor.
They were rats, not mice.
I'm not sure if they're mice or
rats. They were rats.
Either way, they're fucking rubber, so it makes no difference.
Good point.
So it was about whether the boys or girls should get... The boys would get a gym session.
No thanks.
Well, gym session. They've got a gym in there. They're just going to put them in some weights and that. They haven't got a gym, have they?
No.
Well, they have had in the past, like in Celebrity Big Brother,
yeah,
a little
Celebrity,
gym
not the clubs.
And the girls could get pampering.
Yeah.
There was a booby prize as well.
Oh, yeah.
That they had to enter that little room and listen to. They said some music, including some of Hannah's songs.
What Hannah going?
But it was, I'm gonna eat and sing, I'm gonna shit and sing.
Don't you think, in a way, that was funny? I like that because it was felt like old school.
Yeah, when Bass Hunter was in the room.
It was, but it's a bit unfair on Hannah to torture.
Because that turns people against her even more. Yeah, that's not right, is it? It's not
fair on Hannah to torture people with her singing.
That's true.
Because everyone come out and hated Hannah, but she'd not even done anything.
What I didn't like, and I didn't agree with, was the fact that when the girls, because I don't know who chose what, who made that decision to choose the girls. I think Lowton said, one gym session isn't going to do any difference, but they couldn't hear that, could they? That was outside. I don't know who had the sway on which way to go. But anyway, the girls got fucking therapists coming in and giving them massages and shit. Like, what happened to the days of like no human contact? Like, wow, another human being fucking coming and giving you massage now.
Jesus.
I know. It's not barely worth saying, is it?
Very barely. But in that torture room, Joe said to Raph...
Yeah, Raph, looks like you're going to...
Get killed and eaten.
Yeah.
What did he say that for?
I've got no idea, but Raph brought it up again later, didn't he? Saying it wasn't
Raph's
right.
stuck in that room with all the boys, because Raph don't like the boys, does he?
No, he's into girl power.
But I've written Raph playing up being intimidated by Joe later.
Yeah, he did.
He was, wasn't he?
Yeah, but also Joe shouldn't say that he's going to eat him. Was he? Hannibal Lecter?
No. So then, who put the rat in Hannah's bed? The rubber rat?
Who do you think?
Lowton.
Yeah.
Now, we know that black people don't like rats from Ika Wong's...
that was a rabbit.
No, there was a rat as well, remember? There's a rabbit
there were
and there was a rat.
Rats. Albino, weren't they?
Which is perfectly understandable. I don't like them either, especially when my cat brings them and leaves them outside my bedroom door. But, as you rightly said...
You don't like it.
No one does. Yeah, it's not just black people.
No, but you didn't understand why I'm okay with a mouse and not a spider.
That's true.
Yeah.
Okay. But it's made of rubber, so...
Exactly, it weren't even real, but then she said it was her phobia or something, but like, for fuck's sake. Hannah said, every time they do something, I'm telling Big Brother. Like running to the teacher.
Telling. And then Savannah started moaning, going, everyone takes everything too seriously in this house.
She's got a point, do you not think?
Yeah,
as a
she
newbie,
does.
I think you'd walk in being like, what the fuck are you guys on about? But maybe that's what it's like after 20 days.
She does have a point, but I don't like her, so I'm ignoring her point.
Raph, go fuck yourself. Who said go fuck yourself?
Tom said Raph is getting snappy with him. I don't know what that was about.
Raph, I've got Raph on Joe, go fuck yourself. Who do you think you are? That must have been in the diary room, right?
Yeah.
He picks on people he thinks are weak. Women and me only, he said. Which is probably when he highlighted that Joe said he was going to eat him.
It's true.
Thing is, Joe today was being supportive of Raph.
I know, but I feel like that's part of Joe's... It's fine.
Flip-flopping.
Yeah, I don't trust it. And then...
So Isabel was asking who put that mouse in the bed. Oh, this is when Savannah said everyone was so serious. Why was Isabel, like, taking it upon herself to get to the bottom of that?
Nothing better to do for me. And then Charlotte was sticking up for Lowton, I got.
Was she?
Yeah. And that's when I was like, oh, Charlotte has defected to the bad side.
Oh no, she did say you should expect that kind of thing in here. Which I think she's right, you should. People do pull pranks. What else are you going to do? You're stuck in there for fucking 24 hours a day with nothing to do. You've got a rubber mouse, you might as well put it in someone's bed, I suppose.
And then Kieran said, this house is so dull. Yeah, because you're in it.
Uh-oh.
And then Lowton said he wanted to rip the shit out of people, and if you can't stand the heat, get out of the kitchen, about the sisters.
Is that when he said he was doing it for fun and there was no malice involved? Chanel stood up for them too.
Yeah, she said they're being picked on.
Yeah, they feel picked on, so they're going to be defensive, which is right. I see it from both points. I think Charlotte's right. People will play pranks, but I think Chanel's right. If they're being sensitive, you probably shouldn't pick on them. And it's not like Lowton's got a great relationship with them already. So, you know, it's going to cause an issue, right?
Exactly,
if
it's not
was
a joke.
Raph to Chanel, I suppose it would be more
exactly,
jokey.
It's not a joke. It's not. But I do agree the sisters did take it too seriously, but also it's not funny, so both sides are wrong.
Yeah.
Basically.
Do you remember what Lowton said the divide was? I think it was Lowton that said that.
No.
Those who want to smile
and
those that are allergic to it.
Well, that's debatable which side's which there.
So now the housemates went up to the top of the stairs to hear the crowd outside because it's the day of the eviction.
It's the day after the eviction.
And Emma spoke to the house and she went, surprise, surprise, it's eviction night. She's using the wrong syllable catchphrase there, isn't she?
So then the eviction happened, and then afterwards the sisters were talking to each other, and Hannah said, did you see Ellie and Lowton's faces when Rebecca went? And I hope it's...
Their shock faces.
Yeah, and I hope it scares people that I stayed.
Yeah, they wanted me to go, she said.
Yeah, I like that.
Tom is talking in code.
Tom needs to work on his code.
Fuck, he does. My brother's friend and another person had an argument. It was no like, my friend went on a world tour and Spain got cancelled, Germany got cancelled. That's my favourite example of talking in code in Big Brother. The thing is, Tom, like, you'd be hard pushed to understand what he's trying to say to you anyway, let alone when he's talking in code about a fucking brother and a friend's brother having an argument.
Kieran's like,
and it's to Kieran, exactly. What was he trying to communicate? Can you please enlighten me? He nominated Rebecca.
He nominated Rebecca. And
why?
He was sorry because Kieran was upset about it.
But there's no need to say that and bother with the code.
I know. And Kieran wasn't bothered anyway.
But surely post someone's eviction, you could get away with saying that.
No, yeah.
Could you?
Yeah.
Could you?
No, I don't think you're allowed to talk about them later either.
No, probably not. We should know that.
Well, because then if you could talk about people who'd gone, you'd also be able to, you might fall into the trap of talking about people who were still there, I guess, is the reasoning.
But he said, look who was saved. As if like he was making a reason for that he kind of had to nominate Rebecca because of who was saved. Who was saved? Raph,
Hannah and
Joe. Well, fair. He probably would have nominated one of those three. But yeah, he made it like he had no choice. So in the next part, there was a flashback.
Was it the water in the bed?
It was this water in the bed thing. So Lowton was like fooling around with Charlotte, who was on Deborah's...
Bed.
Charlotte and Deborah share a bed, I think.
Yeah.
Why did Deborah and Hannah not share a bed?
I don't know. What? It was just an accident, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was.
The water, yeah. But you can see why to the others it feels like more
Yeah, it's just another thing.
Yeah.
It's like, yeah.
Yeah, so, it's like the boy who cried wolf, isn't it? You're going to get caught out.
Deborah discovered it, and Raph said, "Be strong, Mama D."
Mama Day.
Now, I heard that's a nickname of someone from BBUSA.
It is Mama Day, yeah. Dave On.
He's just mixing his big brothers, isn't he?
Who Dave On is?
Is she the one who's that famous gif where she comes out the door?
Yeah. She's good. She whipped her hair in someone's face on the nomination block as well, and they went and put the sound effects on it.
Of course they did. But Jackie tried to do that to someone in BB Can.
Yeah, it didn't work.
I can't believe Jackie trying to copy that.
Jackie.
It's a joke, isn't it?
Yeah, crap. Talking of BB19, starting next
I know.
week.
What are we going to do?
God.
Probably just give up BB UK.
Yeah.
Why have I written Ola? Tom and Lowton Ball section. Oh yeah, when Lowton was dressed up like a woman, pretending to be Spanish.
I have not written that down.
There's
Hola.
nothing to write about it. Raph was telling Hannah, "Don't kick off about it. Kill them with kindness."
Oh,
What's
yeah.
that about? Any
About
ideas?
the water in the bed.
Oh, the water in the bed situation.
And Lowton said, "What's wrong with these cunts?" and called Isabel as boring as shit.
I said it was okay when it was your chocolate.
Yeah,
This
that's
was
a good point.
like-
Oh, this was it. Chanel put sun cream all over the floor.
Isabel and
Yeah.
Isabel and Chanel decided to squirt sun cream and tomato ketchup on the kitchen floor. Chanel
Chanel
what
is
is she?
determined to make someone have an accident.
Well, she
in that
already
kitchen.
has. Rebecca's already broken an arm or fractured it or whatever, and
Where
now
there's blame, there's a claim.
Mario must be watching from behind his sofa this series.
I wonder what Mario thinks about Lisa Atherton's antics nowadays.
Have you seen her latest story? You saw her on the.
I saw she was going out with Daniela Westbrook's kids.
No, you told me that not to give that airtime. When it was Ryland's fucking 300th episode of Bots, and they made a massive song and dance.
Joke.
Did you not see Lisa Upton in that messages package?
No.
She was in bandages all around. She looked like the mummy because she's had a load of surgery apparently. I seen her where did I see her taking a selfie? Some tabloid story with all these bandages on.
For God's sake.
What her life has become is hilarious.
Give me strength. So then, what else? Oh yeah.
Why did Big Brother tell Chanel to go and clean up? Oh, because it was dangerous.
Cream. And then Joe said,
"Hang on."
Yeah.
Chanel had a go at Big Brother.
Oh yeah.
Big Brother was serious about this kitchen floor being a hazard, and she went, "Calm down.
Yeah.
You don't need to shout at me, Big Brother.
Yeah.
You're getting very aggy tonight."
Yeah.
I said, "You do not talk to Big Brother like that,
Yeah.
do you? Big Brother is an authority in that house."
Lowton spoke to Big Brother really bad tonight as well.
They need to get some respect from Big Brother. The only person that can tell Big Brother to fuck off is Vanessa Feltz. And you people are nobodies. You should listen to Big Brother.
Mm-hmm. I'm not sure about this order, but I've got Joe said about Isabel, I think. "I'm trying to be nice to the bird, cheeky cunt." And then Lowton said about Chanel, "She's got no vocabulary."
He said also, "She's done enough to make me nominate her."
Yeah.
Again, another.
Oh, this was it. This was when Lowton was looming over Chanel in bed, and they had that row. Right?
This bit is where the boys are discussing, they're basically all the boys led by Joe and Lowton were bitching about Isabel, and Joe went, "She's mugging me off." The next bit was where it all kicked off in the bedroom, I think. Chanel raised the point that the chocolate was okay, but her prank isn't. She said, "It's one rule for one, and it's other rule for others."
What did Raph say? Because Raph said something, and then Lowton said something to Raph, and Chanel went, "Leave him out of it, fuck off," and just stuck up for Raph when Raph tried to pipe up.
Because Lowton attacked him.
Yeah.
I'm not sure what he said. Big Brother also told authoritative Big Brother went, "Housemates in the bedroom must settle down immediately," and nobody settled down.
Oh yeah, and then Tom was outside or in the other bedroom, and he got up to come and see what was going on because his little boyfriend was having a row basically.
Tom behind Lowton all the time. It's so embarrassing.
It is really bad.
"Fuck off out my face," Chanel said. Lowton said something was redonkulous. That is in itself embarrassing.
Yeah. And Chanel said to Lowton, You're irrelevant, you fucking beg.
Beg. That's another one of these Love Island terms.
Yeah. And then, Raph stopped Chanel going for Lowton. Chanel got up and she was getting like Larry, and Raph like held her back.
Raph was like around her neck.
Yeah, because he knows that she's on a final warning.
That's true. He doesn't want to lose her.
Yeah.
I thought that. I was like, shit, she's on a final warning, but whatever. They've forgotten about that now, haven't they?
They're not going to kick her out.
Also, trying to break up that fight was Hannah.
What did she do?
Hannah, who is so aggressive, was trying to stop Lowton and Chanel from actually having a fight.
Exactly.
People. She was just between them both.
Mm.
Lowton then got called to the diary room, and I hate the way he went to the diary room.
Yeah.
Hello, mate, you alright?
Yeah.
Like, don't talk to Big Brother like that. It's not your fucking mate, it's Big fucking Brother.
And then Big Brother went, Lowton, can you tell us what happened out there?
Oh, you tell me, mate. You watched it.
Yeah, and they're like, no, we just asked you
to
tell us. Yeah.
So annoying.
And then Lowton goes, I'm the fucking stripper, but I'm the one with brains.
Well, this is the thing that gets to me about Lowton, is that I do think that he's probably more intelligent. I said this when he walked in, you called me out for it, but like on a scale of like, I don't know, Raph to Joe.
Yeah.
Lowton.
What scale?
Lowton is probably like
midway.
Yeah, like probably above Chanel and probably above Isabel as well. But he doesn't act like he is.
That's debatable.
He's got no decorum.
No.
Like, he doesn't hold his shit together.
No.
So if you are intelligent, be smart as well, and think about the way you're fucking portraying yourself.
So then they're in the kitchen, and Isabel said to Lowton, basically, you instigated it. And did she tell him to say sorry to Chanel? She said something that got his back up, and then he went, she's intellectually inferior to me about Chanel. And then Isabel's like, don't use long words.
What he said.
Which long word?
Intellectually inferior. See what I mean?
I know. And then Lowton said, do you not understand what I just said? You've been here 5 seconds. Who are you talking to? You're not smart enough for this conversation, you fucking idiot. Who are you talking to? Talking to?
He's Lowton, the dream boy. You can't talk to him like
that.
that.
You speak to someone like that just because they've only been in the house for 2 or 3 days or whatever. So what? They're still a human being who you should treat with. So she's a bit orange. Fuck off, fucking knobhead. Honestly, the way he spoke to her was absolutely disgusting. Then he went, honestly, come the weekend, you're out. You absolute moron.
Did he?
You didn't fucking decide who... Also, the weekend, that's not when the eviction is.
It's on Thursday.
Yeah. But come the weekend, you're out. Also, shouldn't newbies be safe for a week anyway?
Not anymore.
They normally are.
Not these days, I don't think.
Come the weekend, you're out. How dare he say that? It's not up to him who comes and goes.
I'd be surprised if come the weekend Lowton wasn't
Yeah,
out,
exactly.
quite, to be honest.
She has got to beat him now. She's got to. I mean, if you look on Twitter... Everyone hates Lowton.
Yeah.
Every tweet I do, doesn't matter how
your Twitter is
crap
blowing up right now.
Every tweet I do, if it's about Lowton, guaranteed 300 love hearts.
That many? You
Honestly,
sure?
it's crazy. But how dare he say that? Come the weekend, you're out. How dare you don't decide? That's like Wolfie storylining her own win. You don't decide. We decide. So shut the fuck up, Lowton. Absolute moron. Calling people fucking idiots. Absolute moron. Then going on about respect for women. He's disgusting. He doesn't talk to any man in that house like that. He only talks to women like that.
He perceives Isabel as having some lower status as a housemate than him.
Well, he even said that. He said she's lower status than Savannah.
But they surely are on an equal footing, those two, because they just walked in on the absolute same level.
So what's he talking about? Must be looks-wise or whatever, or who's nice to him.
He doesn't fancy her.
Yeah. Go on, what else have you
That was the end of the episode, wasn't it?
What did you think about the way that Lowton was in that situation?
I think he's been a complete tool, but I don't know. I'm not invested enough to care that much in it about Isabel.
But nor am I, but I'm glad she's sticking up for herself.
Yeah, me too.
But hasn't Lowton spiralled completely out of control this week?
Yeah, I think it's like his gameplay is like his game has been completely derailed, and I would never have actually seen that coming.
No,
I have quite enjoyed watching him fuck himself over.
Yeah, because before he was just like, Lowton, whatever, he's just Deadwood basically, like Kieran. And now he's like, oh my God.
He's drawn too much attention to himself.
Yeah, way too much.
Yeah.
It's those long old nipples, isn't it?
They freak you out.
Like little bullseyes.
Before that, Chanel was in the diary room, and she had said that how intimidating Lowton was, and said that he's a bigger bitch than the girls.
Was this on Saturday or Friday?
No, that was on that same episode.
Okay.
But it ended with that row with Isabel, didn't it? Can we move on to tonight's episode now?
Let's do it.
Oh, hang on. The closing line of that episode was, "What's wrong with every woman in here
that
wants
was good.
to pick on me?"
Yeah, that was good. If everyone else...
Every woman wants to pick on you.
Yeah, if everyone else has got a problem with just that one person, Leighton, it might be you that's the problem, you little bitch. You're a little bitch. Okay, so tonight...
Careful. Lowton goes, careful. I didn't put that there about that fucking rat was still kicking around on the floor.
Okay. So they were out in the garden, and Isabel said to Lowton, look...
Don't patronise me.
She said, why don't you just apologise to Chanel, maybe? I'm not sure. Why don't you just apologise? And Lowton's like, I'm not talking to you. I was talking to people over here.
I think my body language says that I'm...
What an arsehole! How dare he speak to her like that?
He doesn't want her to be involved in any house politics
disgusting.
or anything, any discussions. Like, he wants her to sit in the corner and be quiet.
Ugh. And then when she said, don't patronise me, he said, well,
don't make it so easy for me.
What an... Oh, he's making me so angry.
I think, though...
What a cunt.
I think he is being a complete cunt. But I also think that for him, it might be very easy to be arrogant amongst that group.
Yeah, because he is like King Dingling, isn't he? But the others hate him. All the sisters and Raph and Chanel, they all hate him. And now Isabel hates him too. Do you like Isabel or not?
She's okay.
I only like
She's a bit embarrassing, like, fucking
I know,
hell.
but I think that's...
That, like, sexy task was so
Yeah, but
cringy.
don't you think she was trying to be silly?
It made me laugh when she was falling off her wedges. I don't know if she was trying to be silly.
I think she was. I do think she was. Anyway, we'll come to that.
Chanel said he's number one for getting involved in other people's stuff. He's worse than a woman.
Yeah, he's worse than... That's sexist. And then in the diary room, Lowton said about Isabel...
Isabella, he was calling her.
Oh, yeah. She has nothing to say. She has less status than Savannah. I want to know why she has less status than Savannah.
Because she's less attractive in his view, that's why.
An idiot. So then it was this task, wasn't it?
Oh, the most something task.
Yeah.
Yeah, Savannah said she didn't want to sing.
Oh, yeah.
Can you just play one of my songs? What songs?
She come across really badly then.
She is coming across not well at all, I don't think, which is a shame.
Singing weren't good either.
Because I thought, like, we need a nice Irish person
and
in
she
there,
seems
she's
like
not.
She seems quite intelligent. She seems like a bit of an arsehole.
She is an arsehole. Tom versus Ellie was the first one.
Most funny.
Now,
I don't know about you. When I think about Tom, I just think about how funny he is.
Oh, that time when he... I haven't got anything for you.
My sides just split just looking at it. Like, what the fuck? Also, Ellie's not funny either. Neither of them.
No, but she did go, are you yoking?
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah, she did say the odd line once per month. That's funny.
What was that? Also something about ketchup, like, that was the source of the argument or something.
Oh yeah, and the sausage. I didn't know we were having sausage sandwiches. That was close. So one line a week she has funny, but she's not funny.
Not that funny though.
Her impressions, I couldn't even work out who she was doing.
But what did Tom do? Some sort of weird, like,
like an interpretive dance.
Yeah, an old man dance. I don't know what it was. I've written Tom's so bitter about everything. What was he bitching about then?
He was going, Big Brother, something about Big Brother being up in the roof.
Oh, yeah.
He's like, you come down and do it if it's so easy. Up in the roof. like when you're in prison and they're in those big towers ready to shoot you if you escape. That's what Big Brother's like.
They're not in the roof. They're in a porta cabin fucking down the road.
So then Charlotte and Raph had to compete to see who
to
was
be the
most
intelligent. Now, Charlotte decided to do the 9 times table.
That was great TV.
You
fucking
said
fascinating.
you'd do that, no problem. The 9 times table was easy. You could do it on your hands.
You can.
But I'm a complete pleb with numbers. I can't do it.
No, you could do it on your... it doesn't work on a podcast, but if you say... I can't... Like, 9 times... say you're saying 9 times 3.
Yeah.
You pick your third thing, you put it down like that.
And it's 27. Is it?
Like that, yeah.
Wow.
9 times 36.
I
This
wish
doesn't work on a podcast.
I wish I'd known that
and
trick
then you
at
put that
school.
one down, put down your fifth finger.
45.
Ah. It's really good. That's the only one you can do it
She
with.
didn't even need those fingers for that.
That's why 9 times table is easy, but can't do the rest.
Now, Raph decided that he would showcase his intelligence by telling everyone what they taught him.
That's not showcasing his intelligence then, is it?
Not at all. Through his time in the house. And he was also wearing a suit, and he was fake tanned by Isabel.
Isabel taught him how to tan.
Yeah.
I don't think that's a lesson you really want to learn.
But one nice one was that Chanel had taught him to be more at ease with his sexuality.
Oh yeah, that was nice.
That was
nice. Yeah, who won that one? I don't know. Raph.
No idea. Yeah, Raph.
Wasn't Joe going? Was that when Joe was going?
Oh, proud of you if you're my son.
No, you wouldn't, Joe. So then it was it most entertaining?
Talented was Savannah versus Hannah.
So Hannah did a dance.
Hannah did a cultural show. Didn't she?
Using that word.
She showcased African culture.
Yeah, she was in her African garb.
And some
and she did some
jeggings.
That's true. Is that a big thing in Africa?
Should have worn that gold dress she walked in on.
Yeah, true. And then Savannah sang to Justin Bieber.
Oh,
it was awful. And everyone was clapping. It went on for so long. It's like, okay, we get the idea.
Why did they let us hear all of that? And then later on, played that song again for someone to strip.
I know. Stop that.
Disgusting.
Because they'd obviously paid for that song, so they wanted to milk it.
No, but you know why she did Justin Bieber, don't you?
No.
That's her backstory. She's like got a connection with Justin Bieber.
Really?
Yeah. It's tragic, isn't it?
You know what Justin Bieber likes doing?
Drugs?
Well, I'm not saying
Bringing
that.
monkeys into the... Didn't he bring an animal into some country illegally? Was it a monkey?
Yeah. He also likes egging people's houses, so...
He'd get on well with Chanel.
Yeah, exactly.
How do you know that?
Because I remember he got arrested for
it. When he was famous?
Yeah.
That's weird.
I know. He's just a little rascal, isn't he? So then, what was next? The most outrageous. Kieran was wearing a dress...
I'll have a lot of lipstick on.
And Chanel was dressed as a cat, I think. And she just kept going meow, meow. I like it and meow, meow. No, I don't. It's horrible. Do you remember when it was legal?
When it was legal?
Yeah.
No.
Yeah, you could buy it online.
You can buy a lot of things online, I've heard.
Yeah, but those are illegal. This was something you could buy online. It was legal. It's like something kind of like Speedy, but it's disgusting.
Powder?
Yeah, a powder you snort. It was fucking gross, and then they banned it.
Does it make you go meow?
It makes you like, oh, it's just horrible. It's just filth. Anyway.
She was also holding one of those like faces off of the wall in the spa in one hand, and she had like a sort of something you'd see out of like a 60s porno, like dressing gown that was clear and had like Santa Claus arms, like furry arms.
Oh yeah.
I wasn't sure if she took it off a mannequin or if it's one of her actual genuine items of clothing.
I don't remember seeing that. So who won out of those two? I don't know.
I don't know.
Doesn't matter.
I don't know. Next was Joe versus Deborah for the most honest. What did they... Did they dish a few home truths out?
I didn't write that one down.
That was boring. Oh, fucking hell. No, this is the only one that really mattered, let's be honest. It was Isabel versus Lowton for the most sexy. Isabel's
was good, I thought.
It was such a mess. It was so funny.
It was meant to be.
I don't know.
And then
I suppose if you think about it, like if you've just been tasked with being the most sexy, you'd better do it in an outrageous, stupid kind of way. Because if you take yourself seriously and try to genuinely be sexy, that's embarrassing.
And then I tried to say on Twitter that I preferred Isabel.
But you said I ordered.
For some reason I ordered Isabel to do this.
And people started liking it and retweeting it.
I was like, people just retweet any old shit. I don't
no,
even
it's
make
because
sense.
You said I ordered Isabel's sexy scarecrow dance. And I think people just thought the scarecrow thing was like resonating with them. She does look like the scarecrow though. She did off of Wizard of Oz.
Yeah, she looked weird.
When those wedges were like hanging off her feet, that was funny.
She did look a bit, a bit worn down. But Lowton was worse. The way he exploited Ellie for that thing.
He should not ever have used Ellie anywhere near that task.
Put Ellie's hand down his pants, got her to rub some. He was rubbing his crotch in her face, wasn't he?
He was like dry humping her face, basically. That was
disgusting.
That was just. I think that went too far.
It did. It was, and then she was all obviously pleased with it because she's a fucking idiot.
She said what did she say? Something like she needs a wheelchair. She wishes.
What's that mean? And then Lowton got called to the diary room. And
Big Brother gave him a bollocking.
Yeah, that Big Brother sounded cross, didn't they?
I like that. It was that female stern Big Brother.
Yeah.
She's been on the show for quite a while, that woman, isn't she? She's good.
And then Lowton...
She went, you should be aware... She said, you should be aware of your physical size, especially compared to a woman.
I like that. And then Lowton's like, oh... What did Lowton actually say? Did you write down anything? I just got the general sort of gist.
No, I've got. He said if that's the way it's being perceived, I want out.
Yeah, I'm gonna go. If that's the way it's being perceived, yeah, yeah, nothing to do with your actual personality.
What else did he say? You got anything else?
No, just that he was very rude to her, and then they cut back to the bedroom. This was a peculiar conversation.
Raph and Chanel
were under the
bed sheets. Do you think that Raph is like playing the Kevin Martin card of like sexuality bending for like airtime?
Well, Chanel was showing Raph where her clit is.
Yeah, but he was apparently fondling her fanny flaps.
And she said it's like a sushi counter. And Raph said, I'm turned off sushi for life. And he's part Japanese. So that's not very convenient. Do you think she was really showing him that, or they're just messing about?
They said, though, he used the term, we were just fondling around.
Okie doke.
Well, I mean, he might be curious. Yeah. If Chanel's willing to show him.
Perhaps he wants to see women's bits because he's not seen them before.
Well, the symmetry is amazing. Yeah, apparently. So,
yeah. I mean, I could understand the curiosity if you haven't seen him.
But he might just be a big fan of Simpsons.
Did we mention that earlier?
Yeah.
Okay, good.
On the really slow bit when we were struggling.
That felt a long time ago.
Well, imagine how it felt for them.
Well, when we post this, we'll just say skip the first half. So then, what else?
Lowton went to sort of like call a crisis talk with the boys. To warn them that he might leave.
Yeah, because it could be detrimental to his career to stay in the house.
What about a video of yourself jerking off online? Is that not detrimental to your career?
What is Lowton's career? Oh yes, being a stripper, I forgot. So then, but obviously he didn't go anyway, fucking knob. Then Big Brother gave them Spin the Bottle to play, which was on a stand. You don't really need that stand, do you, for Spin the Bottle? You just need a bottle.
I remember the days when they probably did it with an old like White Lightning bottle, a cider bottle.
Just ask Kinga.
Kinga wouldn't have had any joy out of that bottle strapped onto that stand.
No.
Before that, I just want to say that Raph did a little like cheers to the BB18 family.
I forgot about
what
that.
I appreciated out of that was Raph, we know, is a super fan, and he knows it's Big Brother Series 18. You hear people often going like BB17 because they're talking about the year.
Oh.
Like, I've heard that in the past. Like, they're like, oh, it's BB15. But actually, it was BB16.
I don't know the years.
You know, whatever.
Yeah. It's like Roman numerals to me. I don't understand.
Basically, the number of series is always one ahead of the year.
Okay,
because it started in the year 2000.
It's like the 20th century and the 21st century. I get confused with that as well.
What are we in now?
21st, I think. Yeah, 21st. It's like a Big Brother conversation. Fake jig. So then, I love the way
Out of Truth or Dare, yeah.
Chanel always just comes out with the big guns, doesn't she? She just asks the most blunt question. She said to Kieran, who's best in bed, Rebecca or Isabel? Who's like, oh, that's very disrespectful. Oh yeah, Kieran.
I'm not going to answer.
He hates to disrespect women, like call them a cunt and things like that.
Who did he call a cunt?
Chanel, when she knocked his hat off.
Oh yeah, I forgot about that. And if you were a bloke, I'd have.
Yeah, I'd hit you basically. And then, oh God, how did this Lowton thing even start?
Chanel said, nobody's talking about your ex-girlfriend. And then Isabel sniggered. But I thought everyone sniggered. It felt like the whole room sniggered.
And then Lowton said, I've been advised to walk away from dickheads.
Yeah, I don't think that's what Big Brother said to you.
If so, you need to like get
away from Tom.
Extracted from your body somehow. Have a lobotomy. Tom. Tom is such an add-on. He's so pointless. And then Isabel said about Lowton, he's a drama queen. And Lowton called her a fucking tramp.
Oh, yeah.
That's bad. That must have been behind her back. And then in the diary room, Isabel said Lowton is a horrible person. Correct. She's the only one who can see through him. And then Lowton in the diary room said, people will see her for what she is. She has no place talking about my ex-girlfriend. Oh, his ex-girlfriend. His ex-girlfriend must be fucking Mother Teresa. And then he started crying.
Yeah, he said he was so frustrated he wants to cry.
No, he was just drunk, I think.
He was so drunk.
I know.
How much had he had?
I don't know.
I think he's a complete lightweight, because this is not the first time we've seen Lowton in a state.
And then he said, if I was in the outside, I would have gone off.
That's threatening behaviour.
Yeah, it is, isn't it? Was this when he started talking in a very husky sort of a voice?
When he came out afterwards.
Yeah. I'm just going to talk in this voice so I'm not intimidating you. It was really weird. What was going on there?
Don't know. Is this what he said? Is this Lowton quote saying 2 mistakes in 3 seconds?
Oh, yeah.
What is that again?
I don't know. It was something about Isabel.
Talking about his ex and something else.
Oh, yeah.
I'm not sure what it was.
So then Savannah started on Isabel. And she said something about it.
Being a low blow.
Well,
she made a low
Isabel
blow.
should apologise. Everyone's saying Isabel should apologise, and Isabel's like, "I'm not apologising. What should I apologise for?"
For laughing at something Chanel said.
It was for laughing at something that was funny. And then Savannah said, "Oh, well, I'm just going to leave the room then. All right, see you later. Bye."
No, but that wasn't the end of it, because she went out.
And grasped, basically.
Yeah, to who? To Lowton.
Ellie, Lowton and Tom. So I think it was Ellie went in, she's like, Ellie's trying to, like, at the biggin, like, have a go at Isabel for
Tom
saying...
was behind in a jacket and sunglasses, like a fucking security guard at a club.
Like Tom Cruise in fucking Top Gun. Small as well.
But it was Ellie that started doing the talking, wasn't it?
Yeah, and then Chanel got up and she's
Chanel's
like, no.
Isabel.
She said, I'm not having 5 against 1.
When Chanel rises from her bed, you know you're in trouble.
I love Chanel like that, though. I'm not having 5 against 1. It's good.
Yeah, she said, I'm not having it. I appreciate that as well.
Yeah, it's good. I want Chanel on my side in a row.
Me
and then
too.
Lowton said, pride comes before a fall.
Is he talking about himself?
That should be Lowton's tattoo.
Is he talking about Isabel?
Yeah.
That's so hilarious.
Yeah, exactly.
It's so ironic.
Yeah, it is. Lowton is king of irony. He's like Projectionville. And then Chanel went in to talk to Ellie and she said, you're just showing off because Lowton's there.
Which is true.
Which I like.
This is the thing, like, sometimes, this is like when, last time when Chanel had a word with Ellie about the Lowton thing, she kind of tries to, like, mentor her a little bit because she doesn't want to see her go that way.
But
I quite like that.
But Ellie doesn't hear it.
Nah, she's fucking too dumb.
So this is when Lowton sat on, like, Isabel's bed and talking in his low voice, and he was like, look, you know, I'm not going to be here much longer.
Oh, yeah.
And all this, and he's like, but... I don't want the others to blame you when I go. And
he said, I'll be gone.
Yeah.
And you'll still be stuck here with them. As if he was trying to do her a favour.
Yeah, and then Isabel went, well, if you feel that bad, you need to go. I love it. And then Lowton went back in the other room. He's like, oh, I'm going now because of Isabel. Like, basically just totally turned.
Is this when he went, it's time for some air TV time?
Yeah.
Did you say that?
Something like
Marches
that.
up to the exit door and tries to smash the fucking fire escape, misses it.
Yeah. And they're like, Lowton!
Ellie was like, fucking hell. It's like someone had just died. And then Tom was screaming through that door, Lout!
Who was more embarrassing, Ellie or Tom?
Well, it depends on like the timeline, because initially Ellie with the weeping, but then Tom with the fucking straddling him. That was just terrible.
And the way they cuddled each other.
Yeah, that's what I mean. He straddled him. Literally was hanging off of him.
That was really weird. So then Lowton...
That security guard kept popping his head back out.
And then, like, 2 seconds later, Lowton's in the diary room.
I said it was like Salvador Dali painting, where you, like, go up the stairs and come up the other side. Like, why had he ended up back in the diary room?
Just kick once you
pop the emergency exit, you are gone.
Once you pop,
you just can't stop.
You can stop.
No, you can't stop until you reach the Borehamwood Travel Lodge.
Borehamwood bus stop. Imagine, and then when you come back in, wouldn't you be a bit sheepish? Like, I just went out the fire door, and then
he was too drunk for it.
Yeah, and then everyone just crowds around him like he's fucking Jesus.
Like, Lowton, we've returned. Tom was like jizzing in his pants.
There's something actually quite creepy about that Tom and Lowton situation.
It reminded me of when I see the dog that I used to live with. Like, he's all over, like, jumping up at me, like, licking my face and that.
Licking your balls.
It's like that. I don't get that with dogs. Like, they want to be all in your face, but they don't really know why or what to do with it. That's what Tom was like on Lowton.
Dogs are stupid, and so is Tom. But I will say, I've got a little bit of feedback here, which we'll come to.
Yeah.
But I will say, I do think this week was better than last week. Once the VIPs left, I know it's still awful, but I'm just trying to look on the bright side.
Yeah, I'm finding this series really hard to enjoy. There's just so many things wrong with it, but I can't give up on it. It's like I'm a glutton for punishment.
I know.
And so many people are saying so much stuff about what needs to be improved, and it just doesn't get listened to, does it? It's like going out the fire door and back into the diary room.
Yeah, it is actually. We know better than Lowton. I was talking very briefly on Twitter to Scott Hudson, who does Big Brother Gossip Show, and he said he was going to stop watching it, and then he was commenting on something, and I said, I thought you were going to stop watching it. I said, why are you still watching it? And he went, habit. It's just like, habit. It's true, isn't it?
It's true.
So here's a shout out to a couple of people. I didn't get everyone. You know, last week we said people who made it to the end of the show, let us know.
Lots of people did, actually. Thank you for telling us.
Natalie C did. Mario did. Black Jungle Snake did. A few others did. Laurie did, obviously.
Obviously.
Standard. Then we
don't
had...
say her name on the podcast. You don't like it.
Hi, Laurie. And then, Kwame, we already mentioned.
Kwame's had enough airtime.
He said, I had to dig up my Twitter to say, I love the podcast, but you got to stop sucking Ralph's dick so hard. Oh my God, he's false. That's good.
We'll suck it a bit more gently.
Yeah, suck it daintily. And then, Mario, I've already mentioned him. And then I've got Being Loud. She responded to your what is a slap bet.
Oh, yes, she did. Thank you. I said nobody ever tells us.
Yeah, someone did.
So what does it mean again?
When you were talking about that, I thought, what are you even talking about? And then someone actually listened and understood what you were talking about.
It's like Peanut Gallery. Someone did tell us about the Peanut Gallery back in BB Can.
A slap bet is a bet where the winner of the bet gets to slap the loser. It's from the show How I Met Your Mother.
But that's not allowed inside the Big Brother walls. We know that. That's
a good fact to learn, though, isn't it? Then we got retweeted by Arissa Cox herself.
What did she say?
She did a very, very nice tweet. She said, Kay, let me take this moment to thank Light Up VM and BB Superfan for holding my hand through BB UK with their wicked BB on Blast podcast.
Oh, thanks,
holding
Arissa.
A hand. That's sweet, isn't it? You need your hand holding through this fucking hot mess.
Yeah. I hope that we're helping you understand it, because I don't think we know what the fuck is going on either.
I can't believe she's actually watching it. It's a national embarrassment.
International embarrassment.
It is. It's absolutely shameful.
It's an embarrassment to the Big Brother community, isn't it?
It's absolutely shameful.
Community.
Alright, now I don't want to blow smoke up my own arse.
Oh, Barack Obama again.
No,
fuck off.
That. Although it is to do with black people. Dylan Austin said he appreciated my comments on race in last week's podcast.
We do like to touch on the
We like
the edge of topical, I don't know, debate.
He said,
chatting about. I'm trying to
said, just listen to the latest episode of your podcast. I feel your words on race were spot on. You really understand the problems. Not many people like to talk about it, so thank you for speaking about it.
We do go there.
That I really appreciate that feedback. Thank you very much, because we do say some silly things about race as well.
Controversial topics.
But you know we're only joking when we say stuff.
I was tweeted by the person that was responsible for that original Reddit review.
Oh.
Do you remember that?
Oh yeah, tell us.
No, I can't tell you because I can't remember who they are.
Hold on, I might have it.
But someone said, like, thanks for the almost shout out.
I've been trying to save things.
I should be screen capping these things when they come in as well.
That's what I've been trying to do.
I'm sorry for that. This is another almost shout out. I think the username began with P.
Oh, that's good.
At P someone or other.
Just type that, it's fine. And then Super TV 24/7 said, oh my God, I listened because I couldn't sleep and now I can't stop laughing.
He'd listened for the first time ever.
Yeah, that's cool, isn't it? I like that.
Actually, no, that's not the P person. The P person is Zach, who is the other person that talked about us on Reddit, but not the person who wrote the initial review about the pros and cons. But they did tweet me somewhere.
And then the other thing I had was something to do with my blog, which I'm not going to mention now.
No, that's not.
So let's end on a happy note. And have you got any other feedback there? There was more people that said they made it to the end of the podcast. So if you made it to the end of this podcast, tweet us and I will read out your names next week, I promise. And leave us a love heart though, otherwise you ain't getting read out. You just get read. Go on.
No, I haven't really got any more shout outs. I'm done.
Okay.
Next week.
Yes.
Big Brother USA begins. Big Brother 19.
Alright, let's hash this out on the podcast. What are the fuck are we gonna do?
You keep saying to me it'll be alright. I'm like, how are we gonna do it? It'll be alright.
I know. Well, it just depends on our social lives.
The thing is, right. What social lives?
Exactly.
The thing is, like BB UK, now we're on 2 hours and a half. So I'm looking at on an average compared to last week, getting through a whole week of BB UK takes us 2 hours and a half. Getting through a week of BB USA is only 2 hours. Yeah. Not even 2 hours, probably. Yeah. Hour and a half to 2 hours tops.
It's still like
that
half
means
a working
we
day.
need to get together for 4 to 5 hours a week.
Oh, that's not including this gossiping time.
Exactly. Or like having fish and chips or whatever else we might do first. And like, I don't know about you, but
you ain't got time.
I don't think I've got the stamina to do it 2 in 1.
Oh, no, we can't do 2 in a row. There's no way. We're just going to have to do it the odd weeknight, maybe.
How much annual leave you got?
How much what?
Annual leave you got?
I've got a little bit.
Me too, but
we'll figure it out. You can't waste annual leave on that shit. I'm out next Friday night as well, because I've got my work.
Don't matter, it's not an eviction.
Yeah, exactly. I've got my
and I've got something coming up on 7th of July as well. Is that the one after that? Or is that next week?
Don't.
Is it next week? If it's both, that must be next week.
Is it?
That's good. It works out that we're both busy next week.
No, it's not. 7th of July is the week after. But it's fine, we'll just do it on Saturday or whatever. Anyway, we shouldn't do this admin bit at the end of the podcast. Whatever.
We're just now having a conversation.
I know.
People are listening. If you're still here, what are you actually doing?
No, but we're not going to record them at the same time because we'll be too tired. We're going to have to do them separate.
They will be separate entities. I just don't know how we're going to...
I'll have to come to yours and you'll have to come to mine or whatever, depending on status.
We need like what was that TV show with the magic watch where you could pause time?
I remember that.
Bernard's Magic Watch.
I do remember that.
That.
We'll figure it out. Also, with BBUS, because we always watch it a bit late. We don't have to do it on the day. Just do it whenever, and we don't even have to do. We could do a week and a half if we really wanted to. So we can figure it out.
Do it on Sundays or something.
Yeah, we just do it whatever. It's fine. We'll figure it out. It's only summer.
This podcast's already ruining in my life.
Why? Why?
When we do it on a Friday night, it wipes me out for the entire weekend.
Yeah, that's true actually. Wow. Anyway, hope you enjoyed that.
Sticking with us.
Hope you enjoyed that end part.
And thanks. What am I thanking people for? Persevering with BB UK.
Big Brother, yeah.
Exactly. Like if you're still listening to this and still watching the show, fucking hell, I commend you, my brothers and sisters.
I reckon some people are only listening to this and not watching the show anymore, probably.
I don't know what's worse at the moment. The start of this one was like...
Oh, yeah. Sorry, if you got through the first half hour,
Sorry about that, we're a bit tired and a bit, I don't know, downtrodden.
Anyway, follow me on Twitter, @VM.
Follow me on Twitter, @BB_superfan. Send me an email,
BB... What was it?
bbonblastpod@gmail.com.
Yeah, come on. I need some more emails in that thing.
But we've been appreciating a lot of tweets. We like that. Thank you.
Yeah, my tweets have kicked off, but you shouldn't brag about tweets.
Stop that.
It's crass. Anyway, thanks so much.
We'll see you next week.
Thanks so much for listening. BB19 is coming. Watch those interviews with Ika Wong, even though I haven't.
No, they're good. I like them.
Are they good? Yeah. And the housemates look all right?
Seem to be.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, seem to be.
Sweet. I'm going to wait until the night and see what happens.